This next one is dedicated to all the Chicano and Chicana shufflers out there, and to remind you that the love for one another and tacos is the most firmest bond of them all. Hope you enjoy this next slow jam, raza. German and we tacos together. Yes, we tacos together. For very cheap. German, but these tacos belong to me. Yes, they belong to only me. Yours are on their way. They're mine, my baby, and yours almost here. I'll start eating before they get cold. Tú espera los tuyos. You're mine, and we tacos together. Yes, we eat tacos together. For very cheap.
Welcome to an episode of Chicano Shuffle live event. Live and direct. This is Ramon.
Esteves.
Fernando.
Y nos encontramos acá en la bonita ciudad de Redlands.
Un bonito saludo para la gente de Redlands
Toda la raza allá. Fue
que nos ha recibido con las manos abiertas.
O los brazos abiertos, güey.
A ti con las manos abiertas ya te vi, güey, que se te antojó. Que a mí dame la que te cabe a ti, le dice al compa que dice ahí. We're looking at some shirts right here in front of us.
No lies.
And there's a bigger dude, kind of Ramon's caliber, putting the shirts on, and Ramon's like, I'm gonna go up to him and tell him, a mí dame la que te cabe a ti. I was like, shit, bro.
Right away.
That's a little aggressive, way.
Off the bat, huh?
There's a bunch of homies around here, where you
gotta fucking chill, huh?
walk the line, way.
So fucking. No, pues aquí estamos, Redlands. We're set up right next to Big Paul on the side.
Big Paw, shout out to Big Paw. Next to the food court.
Yeah, and then we're not too far from the kiosk and el kiosco donde tiene el DJ. So if you hear the music in the background,
Estamos de ambiente aquí,
aquí
man.
se pone chingón la cosa.
We're trying to. There's a bunch of beautiful cars here, dude.
Dude, fucking the Ramflas. So we got here kind of early, which was pretty good.
Yeah, Ramon's in his 40s, so he wants to wake up at 5 on a Saturday morning.
No shit.
Like, what's up, bro? No sleeping in.
El pedo is like an hour and some change drive from LA, right?
Yeah.
Plus, we still had to go pick up Fernie, right? Y ya conociendo
Well, we
Fernie,
met at Fernie's, man.
Yeah. We still had to load up.
Yeah.
We have to set everything up. And, y pues salimos y el pedo era estar aquí a las 8:30, güey.
But we're not going to skip the fact that you got breakfast without us, bro. So that's kind of fucked up, dude.
No quieren.
He showed up with his McDonald's orange juice, todo chingon, fucking enjoying his day, and we're over here fucking...
¿Cómo los dice? I already knew.
Last time que me pasó así, güey, andaba de malas, güey.
I should have played some jams
I
right
know. Oh, McDonald.
The DJ's been going strong for like 3 hours.
I know,
Like, he's playing all the hits.
He's burning all the good ones.
Yeah, no. He knows what he's doing, güey.
So llegamos y todo. And then we started looking around and las Ramflas are rolling in, right?
Oh, yeah, some really nice ones.
So we find out where we're going to be stationed at. And I'm like, all right, can we drive our car in so that we can unload?
Yeah.
No chingues, güey. Fucking 2015 RAV4
A Toyota,
con todas estas pinches carros y hermosos, güey.
They almost told us they were in the wrong event. Hey, you guys, this is only for the lowriders.
So we pull up where they're checking in the cars and the guy's looking at us weird.
Yeah, fucking beautiful Impala in front of us. And, here we come in the Toyota RAV4.
Hey, man, this is Japanese engineering at its best, dude.
What you know about this?
All stock, baby.
They don't make this back camera anymore. What you know about this?
Stock backing camera. Güey.
Yeah.
You see this radio? Ya no lo hacen, güey.
It's fucking vintage now.
These headlights were only done for 2 months during this year.
Búscalo en el yonke a ver si se...
So we started looking around. And then, pues, yes, todo.
Ahí te va Ramón.
A ver. Oh, a ver, vamos a ver. Pausa.
¿Cambio?
Pausa. So, ahorita tuvimos que pausar. Pero, no sé en qué quedamos, güey.
Pues no vamos a chillar over venta, güey.
No, we're not.
Well, we were doing a little drug deal, way.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, guys. Are we back at it?
Yeah, we're back at it. Well, it's because we need our West Side Dave. He handles the crowd.
Es el que despacha.
Yeah. El que cobra, el que...
Fuck, that michelada is good, way.
Yeah, está chingón,
What your
güey.
Fernie you got down, bro?
The shuffle mix.
Te digo, ese cabrón se avienta, güey. Este pinche Fernie es una chingonería, güey.
I don't care what you guys say about him. He knows a lot.
He does.
So there's a lot of beautiful cars here, man. So we're trying to convince some of these guys. Let's start a little Uber with your cars, pero dicen que gasta mucho gas.
Yeah.
Por eso cobras
we're
a
trying
little,
to sell the
little
dream.
extra, güey.
Wasn't there a promo where with Lyft on the George Lopez is in a lowrider and he picks up somebody? It was at the beginnings of Lyft.
No sé, güey, ¿sí?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's in I don't want to say. I don't want to say it's an Impala or a Riviera or whatever. But he does pull up and picks up this lady del mandado, la va a llevar a la tienda o algo, and then it was pretty dope. It was a pretty firme
Right?
promo.
Yeah.
And shit. So yeah, estaba chingona.
It's crazy. It seems like a lot of people know each other here. It's like a little community, huh?
Definitely. You start seeing the car clubs. I know I saw Lifestyles right now. And there's more. I mean,
Obviamente el Redlands Car Club.
Redlands Car Club, of course. And I know I'm definitely gonna, en una de los breaks,
Ay, güey, están los snacks.
va el paletero.
Ask the Redlands Club if they have room for a RAV4, because I didn't see any in the squad.
Hey, talk what you will,
You'll crumb out the rims if you want.
but esos están firmes, los little RAV4.
Yeah, güey, ponen los white walls.
Lo ratacamos ahora, güey.
¿Sabes cuál estaba mamona, güey? It was kind of ridiculous, in my opinion, when they were trying to... That PT Cruiser, güey. Remember they were trying to make it into like a little fucking...
A lot of people bought it, güey. It's a piece of shit.
No, I know, güey. But the kind of like the look that they wanted to get with that
retro
little,
look.
with the white walls and shit.
Donde viven mis jefes, across the street, the house in Cross, estaba un moreno, señor ya grande. He was part of a PT Cruiser club.
Ah, no mames, there was a club?
Yeah, so the chingo, güey. Because look.
Because the little look, estaban todos allá by Watts, by South Central.
Oh, shit.
And yeah, dude, you saw them with the spinners, you saw them all pintados with the pinstripes and y todo, pero eran morenos, you know? It was like a Moreno PT Cruiser Club.
Oh, shit, that's crazy. I think those were on the neon frame, way, like the one that your sister had.
Oh, yeah.
With Dodge Neon? Mm-hmm. I never liked those fucking cars. Hasta les hicieron like the wooden doors on.
They put those fake panels,
Yeah.
The fake
Like I think Jeep did that too with their Cherokee.
Well, around that same time, Chevy had that, did you ever see that truck, that Chevy SS?
Yeah, I remember that one.
It looked like a retro, like fucking modern truck.
Yeah,
When Pedalski showed up to a dealer and that shit was like 90,000 or some shit.
Yeah, bro.
So fucking, like, who's bought that shit, güey? nunca vi fucking.
Well, there's
viejitos
nothing
gusano.
like the originals como que están ahorita aquí, güey. We definitely have to go take around, take some pictures, maybe pose in front of them. Para cuando tengan los grandkids, I'm like, hey, you see the Rafa?
Hey, but
Esta es la mía.
please don't fucking lean on them, way, because you're pretty notorious too.
Estos se aguantan, no, güey. Estos se
No,
aguantan.
eso se aguanta, you're right.
These are old school.
I might do one of those lowrider model shoots.
You know how people kick,
Lowrider model.
people kick
No
tires?
mames, güey.
And we'll acostar en el pinche cofre right across.
Ay, güey, with the legs spread open? Or?
Nah, keep it classy.
Güey. No mames, güey.
That's your quality test, huh? You lean on them, a ver si aguanta.
A ver, no dents, no nada. All right.
He's not a tire kicker. He doesn't kick the tires when he wants to buy a car. You know that move, no way?
Yeah.
Que los güeyes think they want to act like they know something about cars. They start kicking the tires when they're trying to buy a car. Like,
What are you doing, güey?
like yeah, there, güey. Like, what are you trying to do?
¿Qué te pasa, cabrón? You know,
Yeah,
but
ahí
Big
está el
Paul.
Big Paul.
we
Big
got
Paul.
Big Paul in the house right here.
We're
Yeah.
good, man.
Yeah, we're checking
Yeah.
it out. We're doing
Thank
just
you.
a little intro right now.
Got a little michelada going.
You know.
Hey, I didn't know what you like. I just put a little bit of combination in there, you know.
Yeah,
no
no,
worries, no
man.
worries.
Thank you so much for the hospitality, man. We're just talking about how it's like a big family here. Everybody seems to know each other.
You get a chance. I can spin the wheel, trade stage, Lord, and you got a chance to win goodies, you know, free.
Cool, man. Thank you so
shit.
much,
Hit
Big Paul.
The main prize, I got a little bit. Quaker State got it all, man. You know, so that thing.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, it's a great event.
Yeah, thank you, Paul. We'll start right now.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Paul.
All right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Nice people out here, man.
Hoy, cabrón.
Yeah, you can start hearing everything. No, pues ahorita, well, we're going to take a little break. And then we're going to look around and then we'll come right back.
Otro break.
Yeah.
There's a fucking chingon union right here.
No, I like this.
All right, so we're back over here in the Redlands Car Club show, Lowrider show. And with us, we have Big Paul, the guy that invited us out here, the one that set this up for us. Big Paul, give yourself an introduction.
You got it, my friends. Hey, it's first of all, I want to thank you guys for coming out here. You know, I mean, Inland Empire. You know, we're about an hour away. You know, but it's supposedly an hour, but it can be an hour and a half, traffic, whatnot. You know, but having you guys out here, man, it's along with the Lowrider magazine, and we got some heavy hitters here, man. So you know, we got some big vendors here. So I think it's a plus to have you guys with us. And also today, you know, sometime we're going to bring Facebook Live to come interview you guys, you know.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Thanks,
nice,
man.
They seen the banner here and said, we got some podcasters here, you know.
Yes,
And,
definitely.
and you know what? And it seems like, you know, more and more people are getting hip to podcasters, you know. Any podcast, whatever you're into, if it's politics, if it's religion or food, you know, health, everybody's got one, you know.
Yeah, I even heard there's even like people starting to get into beer podcasting. They're getting there's a big movement right now in LA with cerveceros, with the microbrewers.
Oh,
And they're starting their own podcast. They're starting a big movement, man.
And you know what? Check this out, Ramon. It's funny you say that because from one podcast, how I found you guys, you know, someone will mention something. Well, you know, there's a cat out there in Carson, Mega Man.
Yeah.
Mega Man, he's been lately featuring a lot of breweries, you know.
Yes.
And even some of the cold ones we got here, man, was like stuff that he had reviewed or said. I said, you know, I hadn't drank them, but I said, you know, I'm gonna pick them up. Maybe you guys might want to,
Yeah.
you know,
Nice,
give
man.
a review on them, you know. But no, that's, you know, his podcast went, you know, it started. I've been hearing them for a minute, man, but it's a lot of craft beer oriented, you know, and then barbecue too.
Yes.
Matter of fact, you know, so things like that, you know, then you, to coin one of you stats, you know, I went down that rabbit hole, man. I got hooked on barbecue, man. I was like, hey,
Hey,
you know.
speaking of barbecue, dude, what's up with this prop over here, dude?
Oh, hey, you know what? Real quick, the Lowrider magazine. What happened? This is a meetup. They only do 5.
Yeah.
And 2 in California, and then in a few weeks they're going to do a real big one out there in Texas. So if you throughout the day, you're going to see other big pits here.
Yeah.
So the crew is going to come out here and record me, and like I said, for you guys coming out, I'm going to throw down some tri-tip.
Oh.
And I got some chicken,
Okay.
so we're going to get that going. But that was the purpose of the meetup is they go to a different city, different state, get with a local car club. In this case, they got with the Redlands Car Club. So they come out, did the feature, and then they want to come out and just... the one in California was in Bakersfield. It was a nice turnout,
Yes.
So, and it's in the park, It's not an indoor outdoor show. It's just straight park, So that's why that big grill right there is hey, hey, it's like Stater Brothers. When they say it's my meat that made me famous, Hey, same thing with that one right there, man.
I could go so many ways, Big Paul.
You know what?
I could go so many. I don't.
Touch that one.
But we're wondering like, hey, when is Big Paul gonna start firing that bad boy up?
Hey, you know what? Hey, thank God, man. I had a little rush over there,
Yeah.
and my son's running the booth, so I said, man, I'm gonna get the coals going right now, and you know what? Officially, the show starts at
10.
So it's gonna go until 5, man. So you know what? And last I checked, cars are still coming in, and the good thing about us, Inland Empire, we got a lot of the local clubs here, Just a shout out to some of the ones that been here over 50 years, The Pharaoh's Car Club, we got the Bajitos, we got Suavecitos. But the one that came in, man, and I work with one of the guys in Riverside, is Riverside Car Club. So if you get a chance, man, check them out, man.
Is that Jesse?
His name is Miguel.
Miguel, okay.
And Miguel rode in deep. They came in and they got 7 all rag tops. They're lined up right there, man. They got all convertibles, and it's a clean, so stuff like that, like we like to represent the IE, and we got cars here,
Yeah, definitely.
And then we got a big shout out to House of Pain Customs. He brought out House of Holy, which is a lifestyle car club. And the booth right behind us is Danny D. So if you guys want to get chop it up with him, I bring him over.
Yeah.
He was one of the founders of New Life Minis.
Okay.
And not to mention that he's a painter. He's been on every magazine from trucker, hot rod, cycles to lowrider. But the cool thing about him, man, he's a very down to earth guy. So today we got what they call a vendor's choice award. So I got a couple some big old flash, metal flash, and he's gonna personalize. He's gonna pinstripe them.
Oh, those are yours.
Yeah.
I saw them on the table.
So I'm gonna go out today, and then just pick a couple of traditional lowrider. We're gonna pick a bomb, then we're just gonna pick another one. We got different categories, 3. But vendors without, and it's not, just something that I see, maybe a little backstory on the guy, but every car has a backstory, it has a
Definitely.
name. So I dig that, man. So you know what, I that's why I run the booth, Classic Bomb Clothing, but it's like they got me sometimes I'm on a chain, and my wife says, hey, you're dying to get out there, because I like to take my camera, I like to go out and shoot pictures.
I see it all the time on your page, man.
And you know what, and people say, hey, you got too many cars. I said, man, there's a little button right there, man, just hit it, it'll say unfollow, you'll never see one again,
Yeah.
And so but the thing is, I got followers that friends that I've actually met, they come out and they don't get a chance to come to California. Some cats from the Midwest, there's dudes out in New York, and they follow and they say, hey, they like to see, I may hit some shows that, little shows, but man, they got some stuff there that I'm impressed with, and so I shoot some pictures, and I'm not a photographer, man, because
but they're beautiful pictures, man.
I like to take them, I do got a Canon, I shoot, but you know what, I got a phone that's worth more than my camera, and that can shout, and there's some cats that go around and say, oh man, you know what, all these photographers, even a gorilla can take pictures. And that's true, man. But you know what? hey, but some of them gorillas can't get the angle, though. You know what I mean? It's all about, the perception, how to capture it, So, and there's a lot of photographers that I do follow, man. And then some of them are just people like me that just dig the scene. They go out, they like to just go to shows, man.
Now, with everything that, like, you have your booth, you have your barbecue pit, you go to the lowrider shows. Big Paul, do you have a lowrider?
Yeah, I have a...
What do you have?
I have a 51 Tin Woody. A Tin Woody is it's a station wagon, a 3-seater.
Yeah.
It's a 9-seater. I had 3 seats in it. And actually, man, I fired it up, and I was tempted. I had to move it to pull my trailer on. I wanted to come back, man, because, see, my booth is my hashtag is straight pipes and white walls.
Yes.
And the reason being, before I even had the T-shirts, I was going to shows. And but I had my car for a minute, so I went to a show. It's satin black. I got the red rims on it. And I showed up, and I seen some dudes looking at it. I said, but they weren't looking at it with any kind of admiration. They were looking at it with like, hey, you know what? and one dude made a remark to it, man. All he's got is straight pipes and white walls. And I walked over and said, hey, that's all you need. I'm a rider. That's it. But I just
and a couple of cinder blocks in the back to make it drag, right?
Man, you know what? hey. So that's why I roll that, plastic bomb clothing, but straight pipes and white walls. And that thing took off, man, because you know what? People dig it, And if you're, if you ride bombs, man, you know what? It's like going through a tunnel, man. You just want to just let off the gas, man, and just let them. Man, hey, nowadays, you know what? People, I seen them ducking when they said, "Why's everybody ducking?" They said it was a drive-by, man. Them peoples were popping, man. But yeah, no, I do have one, and you know what? I just got the interior recently done. The body's cherry on it. I mean, all my chrome on it. I got the wraparound, But people say, when are you going to paint it? I look at my watch, which I don't have one. I say, I don't know. I don't really know. But, I've been blessed to have been around a lot of painters. And I've got a couple standing offers where they want to paint it. I got a good friend of mine that works for a company, and he actually sponsored it. He sponsored the car, but some of these top painters, man, they're booked up so deep, when the time comes, I got a slot, and I just got to fill it. I missed it once, because I blew the motor out, and I couldn't get it out there, and I just said, hey, it's cool. I know you got time. I appreciate it, but, I'll come back again,
Next time.
But, my brother, I got into lowriding through my older brother, Mike. He had a 63 in high school. It was actually my dad's. He got it, and he inherited. He had ROP when they had that shop class, and he got it painted, cherried out. And before you know it, man, he had hydraulics. Back then we had True Classics, then True Rays, and then he sold the car eventually over the years, because he got married. But I look back now for what he sold it for. I'm embarrassed. I won't even say it.
No.
You can't even buy a bucket of rust for that.
Well, he sold it.
But he just recently retired. He did 38 years as a construction rod buster. So he. I think he might just come on and just get a bomb,
Yeah.
Because a lot of our buddies, we got bombs, but it's not just bombs. We got buddies that got Impalas, glass houses, but it's just something about, I favor bombs, just because around the corner when I grew up, there was an older gentleman, he's the cat was older than us.
Yes.
But now that I'm at my age and I'm with him now, we're homeboys,
Yeah.
But as a kid, I mean, true story, man. He had I recall, he had a 48 Cadillac convertible, but he was always building bombs, Fleet Lines, 47s, and he had some 39s. And then I looked at that Cadillac. I said, man, you know what are you gonna do with that? His name was Dale Arrieta. He goes, no, I'm gonna put that together one day, And I tell you what, since then I seen him build three convertibles, and I seen him at Pomona. They're head turners, And then I went to visit him recently. And he has a 42 Cadillac hardtop. Oh. And there's no secret. Maybe I'm blowing it out, but anybody knows him. When that 42 comes out, that's not a convertible, but it's a hard. It's really got the LS in it, and it's slammed. So you know what? I've been around a lot of good dudes all my life, that from this area that are car builders, So by me getting up there and doing my thing, I was waving at my friend right now. That's Ray Cruz and Chick. They're from Arizona,
Oh, yeah,
and they got a brand, So I mentioned him for one reason, man. A lot of reasons. I love the guy, But it's called Working Class Cultura. That's the founder, him and his nephew. But
are they the ones with the trucks, the Working Class? Oh, that's just the club.
That's a club, but these guys and they're big everywhere. They're big in Gunther's. For Arizona, so they got, but I hang with them, and how I met them, man, there's so many stories about the Instagram, good and bad, whatever, and, but I bought a shirt off him, man, so I was sporting it one day, and then I was here at Costa Mesa, and I seen him. He was, rest in peace at the time, his dad recently passed away, but he was pushing his dad in a wheelchair, and then, he said, hey, ain't that Big Paul 65? We, Instagram, we don't know each other's name. We just know our handles,
Exactly.
So I'm like, hey, that's Working Class 82, So we start chopping it up, man. And we're talking like that, and that's his
that
wife,
like millennials.
Hey, yeah, cause we.
Sounds like a government experiment.
Hey, you know what? Hey, there's something behind that. Like when you guys had that issue on. Anyways, I just want to say shout out to my boy Ray. But hey, when you talked about that Russia thing, I didn't do that thing, that face and all that,
The face app,
the face app. No, you know what? I believe believe that, bro. I think that, you know what? They get all your information, and you signed it away. You gave it to them, you know? It's like the red carpet. You know, hell, I have trouble now because I grew this beard. My damn face app, you know, just, you know, I don't have to punch in my coat. That thing don't even recognize me, man. You know what I mean? So, you know what? Hey, I looked at that, and I had a picture recently, man. One of my buddies said, you know, he was trying to bullshit me. He goes, hey, Big Paul, I thought you were against that app, man. I said, man, you better eat some shit, boy. You know, talking like that. Yeah.
Hey, Big Paul, so are you born and raised in the Inland Empire?
Inland Empire. You know what? I'm born and raised right here in the Inland Empire. I'm originally from Rialto. See, Rialto butts up to San Bernardino, Colton, Bloomington, Fontana, all around us. But as a young kid, you know, my grandma and my mom's right there in the heart of San Bernardino, downtown, right there in the Barrio on the west side. So I didn't go to school out here, but all my youth sports I played out here. So what I did when I moved, I moved in not in the area. I'd still live in San Bernardino, but where I live at, my kids didn't play Little League there. They played where I played. So, you know, they eventually they got friends, same thing, you know, and that little ballpark that I played at, it wasn't now it's a pony league, but back then we were the American GI Forum.
American GI Forum.
It was that was when we started. We weren't sanctioned with Little League or nobody. We just had you know, it was just a league. It was within the league, you know, and we played other ones. We weren't going to Barstow and whatnot, you know, but that was, so I brought them back, but it was pony when I came back, when I started coaching there, and it was, I started coaching with my nephew Jacob, and as my kids got older, they played there, you know, so that's, no, but I all my schooling, I went to Rialto Public Schools, I went to, you know, I graduated at Eisenhower, so, but it's a melting pot here, man, the parties back in the day, man, because, you know, when, it's like, you go down Foothill, you're not even knowing it, man. You're in San Bernardino, you know. You keep going, next thing you know it, man, you're in Redlands, you know. So we're that. Everybody out here kind of knows everybody. Like I come out here and I love these shows, local shows, because I get a chance to see a lot of guys that I ain't seen in years, you know. And I just greeted a buddy of mine earlier, you know, when we were in junior high. He already had a lowrider. You know, he worked at a liquor store, man.
Holy shit. Smoking cigarettes and drinking beer in the back of the trunk, right?
Lowrider, man. And since then, I think right now he's driving. His name is Chris Moreno, and he's a real solid cat. We're about the same age. I might be a year older than him, but he has a 48 Fleetline right now, and he has a 63 convertible. He has several. Him and his sons, they paint and do body work. But recently, we lost a brother out here named Angel. You know, he was a solid cat. He was the original member of Suavecito. So that's why when I greeted him, I said everybody's feeling it. But I think, you know, other than, you know, you're like family to him. You were, because, you know, I knew Angel all those years, solid cat. But he grew old with the guy, you know. I mean, you know, we're the same age, but all those 30-some years, I would see him, but they would hang out together all the time, you know. So, you know, they're here today. Suavecitos are here.
Yeah, we had one on the booth right now, earlier, just checking out the stuff. I think he even took some stuff from us. Got some stuff.
Yeah, no, good dudes, you know. And that's you know, when you guys walk around the show, you'll see we got some clubs that came down from the high desert, you know. We got some clubs out of. You know, I think there's some here from Indio, and as I'm looking right now, there's a few more rolling in again, you know. So yeah, they're still coming, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of cars here.
There's a lot of cars, man. It's just I mean the culture, man. You know, you see the ramflas, you hear those pipes, you see those cars get low, you know, and then not only that, you see the vatos in there with the mijas, you know.
Oh man, hey, you know what? Check this out. True story, man. We talk about the mijas, you know. I have a good friend of mine, man. We went to Pomona to sell 68 convertible, and it was clean, you know. It had a, you know, it was an Impala, it wasn't a Super Sport. But for what he was asking, there was a couple of Super Sports. There was a few more thousand than what he was selling his for. But to get my buddies to look like that one, you're talking anywhere 10, 15,000 to look like that. Well, at the time, the Japanese were buying a lot of the cars, and they bought my buddy's car. And the reason being because, you know, they got an app or something where they were showing cars back in Japan, and the guy bought it on the basis that it was the bench seat, because the guy that bought it, he said he wants to be like the movies. He wants to have his girl wrapped around him. And I said to myself, man, I would have bought that one and took the seat out and put that bench seat in, you know? Yeah. Because, but it went. My buddy sold that car, you know? Hey, and as we were driving out, it's a true story, bro. We pulled up, and those guys clowned us, man, because they knew what he was asking. And they said, hey, we better, man, you know what? Hey, this is let's go a little bit further from these guys, man. So we went to the other side, and sure enough, man, they found it. We sold it. And as we were driving out, we seen that car. And my buddy showed him that big stack of rack. Hey, you want to sell your car? And, oh man, they threw the bird at us, man. But you know what? Hey, we weren't there. It was all joking, and they threw it, with love, if you can, picture that, hey, but it was all good, and but it was cool, I mean, that the culture, it's it never died. To some people, it slowed down, but it never died.
It never died. No, it definitely did take. I remember. I don't know, maybe it's a generational thing.
Yeah.
But, we were just talking about it earlier while we were setting up. It's like, I see, Esteban and I were pointing out that we saw a lot of the lowriders coming in and they had their kids in there.
Yeah, true.
And I'm all like, dude, that's how it is. That's how it, that's how you pass this knowledge and you pass this culture and the love for it, down the line. And it's just, it's...
Ramon, and to that fact, man, purposely, a buddy of mine, man, he blessed me with one of my printers that I work with. He had a box, man. They're small kid shirts, but he goes, hey brother, I'm gonna run these for you, my logo and everything, just the front. We just did a quick pass, but as I'm seeing little kids today, whether you buy anything or not, if you come by and if I see you, I'm walking around with shirts, man. I'm giving little kids shirts, man, because you know what? Hey, they're here, and they may go home and they see a bunch of beautiful cars, hear some music, but they're gonna go home and remember I got a shirt out of it,
Yeah.
And it's not for no promotion, man. It's like, it's a nice shirt too, man. It's got my logo on it. It's got the Felix the cat, and everybody likes Felix cat, So
I don't live too far from that dealership.
Oh man, you know what? I remember going to SC games, man, and I was like, man, that it was cool to see that, And you know what? Everything around that whole area is not the same no more,
No,
what I mean?
it's different.
And hey, I tell you something, man. Another event. I mean, I think you guys it's like the missing puzzle. They do it out there too, man. But San Diego.
Okay.
You know what? San Diego, man. I do a lot of events out there. I work with there's a guy that runs a couple shows, and he runs them at Day at the Bay. His name is Jose. He's a tattoo. It's called Tattoo Company. They do, that's his event, tattoo events. I got a brain freeze. But hey, what's happening though, I mean, if you guys are interested, I'll talk to him. And we're talking Day at the Bay, and he runs Bomb Fest, where it's free to the public. It's at the marina right there and overlooking the ocean. But the cool thing about that is that it's free to the public. And the vendors, there's a lot of us vendors. I go there, and I dig it because, you bring your barbecue pits out there. They got food vendors, but I like it because families come out. But the culture out there is strong, and I dig it because from there, it's only blocks away, man. We go to the Barrio Logan. Now, Barrio Logan, I got cousins that live out there, and it's not the same no more. That place is different, I mean, it kind of looks like what USC looks like. What you got those. They got that. There's a market, Northgate. Okay. We don't have them out here, but they got a Northgate, which is pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
And I mean,
you're preaching to the choir here.
Ramon's store.
Yeah, hey, that Northgate, but then they got like above it and around it, they built condos, I mean, and it was just a neighborhood. Now they got breweries, they got art galleries, they got they call La Huerta, which is the 24th. It's going to be in a few more weeks, and that's a street scene right there. I actually sold there last year, but this year. To switch up the gears, man, I had booked some rooms because I can't go to Texas, man, but Texas is coming to Las Vegas for the Tejano Festival.
Oh. I thought you had a warrant on you.
Oh, no, hey, I don't know, man. Hey,
can't leave the state.
That's it, yeah. Oh, no, you know what? Yeah, and all the big acts are coming down here, so I'm like, you know what? Hey, that's a show of shows there, so, if any of your listeners listen on Spotlight 29 right here in Indio, there's a Cajunto Crazy. The September 28th, they're actually doing a Cajunto Festival. They got 7 groups coming from Texas, and there's one of them that hasn't even left 3 generations. They never left Texas, and they're coming out here.
Oh, wow.
So they're bringing their stuff out here. So Cajunto Crazy Promotions, Lupe.
Okay.
So they
Cajunto Crazy.
Yeah, they throw. I mean, things are happening out here in IE. San Diego. LA. I mean, I did going out there.
Yeah, you drove out there to go see us that one
Hey,
time.
you know what?
I'm like, wow.
Hey, I was gonna make that your guys 100. I couldn't get out, you know.
No worries,
and I
man.
seen everything look good though, man. The music, the vibe, you know, and that's what I'm talking about, man. Oh, hey, plus I heard if you want to get the backdrop, you got to hear the episodes, man. You know what I mean?
Hear what happened with Fernie.
Oh man, you know.
Right now, when we
Had a good
finish this,
time.
I'll show you the video.
Oh, there we go, man.
I had a good time.
Yeah, man. You know what?
No one can deny. I had a good time.
Hey, you know what, man? But and again, congrats, you guys are doing 100, man.
Hey, no worries,
You
man.
know,
Thanks a lot.
and that's not. I mean, you're not loading them up like 5 a week, man. You know, what I mean? Hey,
It took 2 years.
yeah.
One a week, with the exception of maybe we had maybe three times that we weren't able to I guess drop the episodes on a Tuesday for either technical issues or just we couldn't meet up and everything. But yeah, it's one of those. And you know what? We felt it, right, Esteban?
What was that, dude?
When when we didn't drop those 3 episodes.
Yeah, no, it's like everything, Paul. It's like consistency is key, right? I mean, you have to show up. They say 99% of the job is attendance.
That's it.
You got to show up, and then the rest happens. And it's a milestone, man. I mean, to be able to do something consistently for 2 years and meet cool people like yourself and and everybody that listened and supported us, and then
You
we're
know,
at that event.
it's a journey, you know, and over 2 years, like say, the people that I met in the last 2 years, man, you get close to them, and I think that's why I feel like I connect with you guys, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't, man, if I'm out of bounds, man, I come up and talk about things I hear on the podcast, and because you guys put it out there, you know, and which is cool because but as a listener, man, we all feel like we know you guys, you know.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You know, I mean, I come up. Me and Estes had a little conversation earlier, you know, and we're like, man,
Thanks for that cigar last time too,
hey,
man. That
I
was
got another one
delicious.
today.
Man.
You
That
know
was
what?
delicious, man.
Hey, check this out. If any of you listeners out there, man, and I'm gonna put this out there, man, if you ever come down here, go to Rialto, City of Rialto. There's a joint called Lobo Cigar Lounge.
Lobo Cigar Lounge.
And that's my spot. You know, I go there. You know, hey, I don't get free cigar, but I love them people because it's a family base. You know, they're Nicaraguans, and they age their tobacco. They grow it. They show you. Look on their website. You'll see they got acres of it.
They're from Nicaragua?
Yeah, Nicaragua. Nickies. You know, they cool people.
How did you get into that, Big Paul? Because I know that's another little niche community that has a lot of diehard cool people that are in it too.
You know, over the year, way back in the day, my dad would smoke, and I didn't even know what kind of brand he smoked. But you know, as a young kid, I was like, watch him blow them rings out, you know, and I would pick it up, hit it, you know, and I'd cough like crazy, like, you know, I mean, I had the whooping cough. But you know what? As I got older, hey, check this out. Years ago, I was at work. And early in the morning, we were starting at 4, man. It was cold, so I lit one up, you know. And this is like, man, my oldest daughter's 30, and she wasn't born yet, so I was smoking back then. You know, I took little breaks over the years, you know, and there was a time when I couldn't even afford sticks, you know. I'm like, hey, you know what? So, but I got into it, you know, seeing my dad, but it's relaxing, you know, for me. You know, I like to play a lot of golf, you know, and I'm not, you know, I like to play. I ain't gonna say I'm good, you know. I'm not gonna say I suck, but, you know, I enjoy the game.
Exactly.
And I love it, you know. So one day, my buddy said, hey, you know what, Big Paul, man, you're a little off today, man. You ain't fired up yet. I'm like, you know what? Hold on. I went there, did a cut, hit a couple. I just decompressed, hovered the ball, man. I still hit it out of bounds, man. But nonetheless, I felt good hitting it out of bounds.
But the search for the ball was a lot more entertaining with a cigar in your
It
hand.
sure is, man. You know what? Hey, one time we were playing, and man, I swung and I forgot I had that thing, and man, I lost my club, man.
You lost your club.
Hey, my buddy said, hey, man, too bad we can't play your club, man, because the club went farther than usually your ball goes, you know? I parked it out there. But no, you know what? I just love it, man. And like you said, there's a whole community on
It
it.
is, yeah. Great people.
You know,
Great people,
and I met them like you know, how I met you guys. Someone told me about you guys. Word of mouth is the best, you know, advertisement. A co-worker actually gave me a stick, and I went there and I said, man, I like this cigar, you know. And then, you know, so if anybody goes down there, hey, man, say I'm a friend of Big Paul's, man, and they'll give you the special, man. They'll give you the special, man. You know what? I'm authorized to say that, man. You know what? You go in there, man. Anytime you want they got this cognac. You know, they spray it down. It's not, and it's man,
That's the one like you gave me,
that's
right?
the one.
Yeah.
But they also got tequila, and they got a rum and coffee. But they got every stick in there that they had, you know, because she's a master roller. She gets down. But I've had them all in there, you know. And like I said, I only endorse them because they're friends, you know.
Yeah.
And I would do that same, like if someone would say, hey, you know, Big Paul's a solid guy, go buy some shirts from him. It's the same kind of thing we do, you know. So we host events there. Everybody's welcome. We're actually overdue for one, but you know what? You come on down, have a good time, you know. But no, you enjoyed that. How long? They got one.
That was like a 2.5 hour smoke for me. Yeah, I smoked it the same day, man. I love them, dude. I used to have a friend that was in the Navy, and he would grab Cubans when he was in Europe. He would grab the Cubans, put a Dominican band around them, and send them to me back over here. So that was the way I was able to smoke the Cubans, man.
Hey, you know what? I still enjoy like I enjoy the Fuentes.
Yeah.
I like the Fuentes. You know, I mean, I dig that. I was smoking a lot of those, but lately, my palate got so used to these. I know what I'm getting.
Yeah.
You know, and I enjoy them too much. One day, true story, my wife come out and said, look, you even got the dog smoking them. Because I flicked the buds out, you know. And he's a little Frenchie, and he was looking at me, and he had it in his mouth like a bone, you know. And I said, damn, that's a picture. That's a postcard right there, man. So he even smokes it. He likes them too, you know.
You know, I saw there was like a Army veteran, man, that just passed away a couple years ago from Austin. And this dude was 112 years old, Big Paul.
I seen that.
He would smoke 6 or 7 cigars a day. Still drive his old Ford truck. And I think it's all in your head, man. I mean, people say, hey, man, that stuff's not good for you. But if you believe that it's not good for you, it's not good for you.
Oh, man, he smoked them daily, you know. Matter of fact, it was another lady celebrated 107 years old, and she contributed to what not being married, you know.
Yeah.
So you know what?
I heard that.
I'm like, hey, you know what? Hey. No, that's you know. I mean, we can get sick from anything nowadays, you know.
Yeah.
But if you think about it and you over process it, and man, before you know it, man, you know. People that wake up in the morning and they start saying, oh man, I got a headache. Well, you know what? The headache went away, 6 hours ago, but they're still talking that junk at the end of the day.
Exactly.
You know, I go to work, I see a guy, man, hey, how you feeling? Oh man, I still got that headache. I said, really? You know, because I asked him. I purposely asked him, and I said, man, I see he didn't look like it at all.
Yeah.
He looked good all day. He didn't go home, man. Believe me not, man. If I have a headache for 6 hours, I'm going home, man. I'm going to see the doctor. You know?
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, it's like every time we see you, I mean, this is the second time we run into you, and you always seem to be in good spirits, man. Like, what is it? What is it that you do that keeps you in line and makes you appreciate life?
You know, I love life. You know, I love it, and I get up before my feet hit the ground. I'll say a prayer. You know, thank you, Lord, for this day. You know, I give you all the praise and glory. What's going to go down today? You know, guide me and direct me. I mean, I speak like that. You know, but man, it just changes for me. You know, it's just like, man, I just get that. You know, boom, I get a jolt. And even when I'm sick, man, I still do. But you know what? I love life, man. Yeah. Matter of fact, the guy that went by right now, he hit me up. We were together one day. He goes, hey, Big Paul, how you doing, man? He said, he asked me a question. He said, can I ask you something? I said, yeah, man, cool. He goes, I thought, man, what's going to ask, man? You know, cigar, lowrider, it's something, you know. He goes, hey, you really love life, huh? I said, man, you know what? Hey, we're not promised tomorrow. Life is but a vapor. I said, but you know what? While I'm here, I'm going to enjoy it. Yeah. You know, because why not, bro? We're alive, man. There's some people right now that you know that are sick or they can't do things and they enjoy it, right? Because they see another day, you know.
Yeah, that's good. That's good advice. Good advice to the listeners out there, man. Because sometimes, especially with the climate right now, everything that's going on, man, everybody's spirits are down.
Hey, you know what it is, bro, and you know, you can't help but see that fear. You know, you know what? Well, the Netflix. You know, not to change nothing, but Netflix takes me away from everything. You know, like just like the podcast. I don't even hear, you know, KFI. I hear them because the news and you know some of the stuff that they get something getting deep. I want to hear that. Yeah. But you know, Netflix, man. I try to stay away. I watch that because you guys talked about those the tacos, man. Oh my God, the Tacos Chronicles, man.
Did you go have some right after?
You know what, man? hey, I did, and the only problem was I didn't know which ones. I didn't because the series I binged it. Yeah. I don't know if I want barbacoa, if I want carnitas. You know, I want pastor. I'm like, you know what? God dang it, give me a little. I got a sample platter.
Let me get one of each.
Yeah, hey, but you know what, man? Hey, they went deep on it though, man. You know what? They really did. You know, I mean, I dug it. You know, I mean, hey. You know, I mean, my nephew, my dad, you know, I can make them too, the carnitas, you know. So I was intrigued by that, you know. But when you see the you know, that one where they did you know, the basket, you know, carnitas.
Oh, las de canasta.
Oh, man,
we had some
last weekend.
last Saturday.
Hey, there's a joint out here, and I went in there. I said, man, I got to try. And they were out. We didn't, you know, I said, man, you got them listed right there. It's blinking at me, man, and winking at the same time, bro. You know, and now you're out, you know. But, hey, that's, you know, like out here, we don't see it. I haven't seen that. But this restaurant here, they got roots in Mexico. So they got a lot of that culture, you know, that certain parts of that. Now that I look back and seeing these, you know, I always knew what tacos were. But when you see the different regions, you know, so like, and they specialize on birria and all that, so they got their different stuff. So when you're like, hey, you know what? That's why they promote their state, because they're known for that. You know, out here there's a couple spots that do carnitas, Jalisco. You know, oh man, and I went to one out here. It just opened up recently, man. And I said, you know what? This stuff is good. You know, it's different. You can taste the you know, the it's not like oven roasted. They got the copper caso in there, and I'm like, hey,
oh yeah,
you know,
that believe it or not, I think that's a must.
Yeah,
that really is a must. I guess it's the process and not only the heat and just the way it cooks it, you know.
And you know what? I know it's bad for you, man, but you got to have that manteca in there too, man. You know, I mean, it does something. I don't know if the guy told me one day. I said, hey, you know, do you ever use like, you know, shortening and vegetable oil, you know? And he says, no, man, we got to keep it. We can. He said, but the way they come out like this, because the breakdown, that oil, the manteca, this holds up, man.
Hey, that's also what gives the beans a flavor, man. So all these vegans that go into these restaurants saying, I want beans and rice, saying it's the best beans they've ever had. That's the manteca there, dude.
Hey, check this out.
That's a manteca.
Hey, Steph,
Oh, no shit.
remember we were talking about something right now just recently about, you know, it's all in your mind, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Years ago, you know, I was a buddy of mine had a food booth, and we were hanging out, man, and he was just slaying it out, you know, and what happened, it was this one guy, man, he ordered about, like, I mean, I'm talking about 2 times, man, a plate full of tacos, come back. Then he says, man, this is some of the best chicken, not knowing it was carnitas, you know? And we're like, I said, hey, you like it? He was about to correct him. I said, something told me to, like, zip it.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, because, you know, I can't eat pork, man, because if I even smell it, I break out in hives. My throat will clog up, you know? Hey, I got to get a needle shot. I said, dude, man, you had about at least 8 that I seen, and you're here talking, joking, so it's on his mind. He didn't know it, you know? So I'm thinking, like, hey, dude, you know what, man? So I told my buddy, hey, don't say nothing. You're liable, man. He'll come back and get you, man, you know?
He'll lock up, and that's it.
But he said, oh, man, I got to eat me in a wet farts, you know? I said, damn, bro. I said, hey.
That chicken, man.
I said, hey, you got it bad, bro. I said, man, you know? Hey, but, you know, it was, I'm not going to sit there and tell him it was all in his mind, but for him thinking that, you know, I get it. He might have got sick one time, you know, somewhere. You know, we all had something, you know, and you kind of stay away from it, you know? But, you know, truth be told, man, I think it is. I mean, unless you get diagnosed, you know, and stuff like that, you know, which is no laughing matter. Like, I know that a big thing right now is the mental illness, you know, and I got a friend that works with that, and they said, you know, works with a lot of the homeless, you know, and he goes, you know, we try to provide the shelter and that. He said, but man, if we can get that mental health, you know, some people come in and help, you know, that, because that's what, you know, I do that. I don't do that per se, but at my work, I got to go out there and do that sometimes with them, you know, and I got compassion. I'm not out there, you know, they choose to do this because, you know, but the part that gets me sometimes is that we get, you know, criticized, like, you guys, hey, we don't take pleasure in this. We got to do it. You know, someone's got to clean this up. You see what's happening in LA, you know? Yeah. So we got to do what we got to do. But, you know, we had one time we had a newspaper follow us. And I think that whole day, you know, we had everybody there, all the services. And I think they did a calculation, you know, no one wanted it that day. But out of 600, you know, the numbers came back. I think 3 took it, you know. So it's it's an issue that I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer. You know, I don't know who does, but I just know that we got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Cities, government, someone's got to do something, man. Because
Gotta try something.
we have to. You know, try. You know, trial and error. You know, but you know, if we got to start with the mental issues part of it, start there. You know.
Yeah.
You know, but somewhere.
It's just like this event, Paul. I mean, just like we're talking about all the stuff that's going on. Just to see the community aspect, how everybody's really cool with each other, everybody says hi. That's refreshing to see, man. So it's important to be around like-minded people and kind of inspire each other to do things. Because there's a lot of, I mean, this guy, we were amazed at how much product this dude has right here in front of us.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? And that's everywhere where they set up. They bring that whole, the hats and you know, the Charlie Browns, the whole shot, man. And you know what?
They got the Pendletons and the jerseys.
And they got it to a science, man. They'll set it up real quick, break down real quick, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
You know, so yeah, that's Garcia's signature hats, you know.
Yeah.
He'll be here. He's at Pomona and he's at Santa Fe Swap Meet. He's got a store right there too. And,
okay.
Daniel Martinez, solid cat, man, real good dude.
Yeah,
you know.
and you know what? And we were just talking about that too. When we finished it up, we saw a couple of car clubs come up to him and just like, you know, they know him.
Yeah.
You know, they like, hey, what's up, Danny? I'm like, oh shit, you know.
Yeah, you know the cool thing about him, like I reached out to him. A good friend of mine, his mom passed away, and she used to like to wear derbies, you know, black ones, man. With you know, she had a certain, you know, you can change the band, but she had this one red band, you know, and she liked this feather, you know. So I got a hold of Daniel. Hey, Daniel, man, they want to order 12, man, but they want all the same. There's little kids, there's different sizes. Hey, he took care of them. You know, he made it happen, man. So, you know, and I thanked him when I saw him, man, because it was a custom order, and he gave him a pretty good break, meaning that they lost their mom and whatnot, you know, because, hey, you know what, I mean, he's got a, you know, everybody has a service, you know, but and then I shot him a picture of the whole family with the derbies on, you know, when the pallbearers, and and you know what, he didn't use it for no promotion, but he says, bro, that's what it's about, man. Look at it, and we're talking about quality version. I was just checking out my brain. I was that truck right there. He's hopping it, man. You know,
the little minis.
Yeah, look at that. And you know what? Hey, same thing. Look at that.
Yeah, there's one right behind us with the Elvira.
Yeah. On the tail, on the happy shell there. Yeah.
There we go. I'm like, oh my God, I'm very for it.
Well, these guys here, man, they were established. New Minis. They were established in 1985. And they're from your neck of the woods. They're out there at Elysian Park, Lake, and all that. They just had their big barbecue they do. So Danny D is one of the founders. So all those, they just pulled in deep right now. So all those trucks, he painted, if not most of them, they came from the LA region out here, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, and that's, you know, anytime you try like me, man, I went to cruising back to the Route 66 in Azusa.
Okay.
So I took my bomb out. Man, I left early. Man, I was driving, got there. On the way back, I thought I was coming from Vegas. Man, it took me forever. I kept on overheating. It was like 106, and that pavement. Man, I'm like, I didn't want to blow another motor. And I got an electric fan. You know, I pulled up. Man, I even drained the, you know, opened it up. Man, I don't know, snitch on myself, man, but I had to put new coolant, man, right there and then. You know, I said, God dang it. I made it home. That's why I was gonna bring it today, or let my son drive it. You know, let him drive it. But you know what? I said, no, I got too much stuff to bring. You know. But nonetheless, though, man. But you know what? Hey, just a quick question. You know, like for maybe the new listeners or someone that caught on late. I'm just curious. How did you guys come up with the concept, or how did you guys even? What was the conversation like to get? Hey, let's do a podcast. I mean, obviously you guys were friends prior, man. But what was, you know, was there someone that you guys got influence from, or someone that you know, you guys might have heard? I mean,
so it's like a 3-part answer right here.
Cool.
Esteban went missing for about a year. Not because he got locked up or anything, but he was in a you know, he just he cut everything off. You know, no cell phone, no social media, no anything. So he went a while missing. I reached out to his sister. Finally, we got in contact, and we decided to get together one day and just chit chat and shoot the shit and see how we were doing. And I think it was around this time, about maybe 2 years ago. He came over to my house, and Fernando was there, and our other friend was there, Fausto. And then
team meeting.
Well, what was it? How it really happened, dude, is that it's true. Yeah, I got lost, dude. I was without a phone for a couple of years. I just wanted to kind of like start from scratch, right? But I kind of felt bad because these guys are really good friends of mine. But I just didn't want to and this is like me personally, I just didn't want to go and just hang out and go drink, and I wanted to do something creative with it. So that's what I thought. Like, I hit up Ramon and Fernando, like, hey man, let's get together rather than just hanging out and drinking or whatever we're doing. Let's do a podcast. That way we're doing something creative and we're also chatting it up and kind of bonding more as friends. And that's basically how it started from my perspective.
Yeah.
Well, the recipe works, man. The combination of the personalities, and I dig it. And I think that's why, there's an age gap between me and you. All you guys, but
I don't know. Ramon says he's like from the 20s.
No, Paul takes me like about 11 years. Eventually, Paul's like 54.
Yeah. And you know what, man? But I can relate to you guys because you know what? You guys got mature souls, because I can say that I think my older brother passed away. I would hear, him and his buddies chop it up, and I can see what the banter that you guys have. That's what. We all have it, Go to a barbershop, And nowadays it's a little different, There's so many barbershops are different, But it's still a happening thing, But if you got a set barber you go to and you talk to him, and you got a good relationship with him, So, but no, whatever you guys are doing, and I do follow other podcasts, but some of them, I just haven't, caught on yet, to feel it. But you can see it there, and it starts with the core friends,
Yes.
And how many years of friendship is between us, dude?
Well, look, Fernando, I met him in 99, and I think I met you in 01 or 02.
18 years?
Yeah, 18.
Wow, that's a long time, dude.
Yeah. That's a what, fucking an 18-year-old kid already? That's a legal adult right there.
An adult that can smoke already.
That's it. No, 21.
Oh, it's 21 now?
Yeah,
they changed it?
Yeah, they changed it.
Shit.
Hey, check this out, man. One day, and I know he meant it in fun, but I said, you know what, man, that was truth. I was playing golf with a buddy of mine, and someone asked, hey, how long have you guys known each other? And I said, hey, believe it or not, 1970. We went to kindergarten together. My compadre Paul Resendez, we went to kindergarten school, and then everybody says, hey Paul, how'd you get the name Big Paul? The homies give it to you. Not the fact that I'm 6'5", but when you were 5 years old, I was normal. I was bigger than most.
You were 5'8", dude.
Yeah. I was good size, and so our kindergarten teacher would say something to the fact like, Paul, and we both turn around. Paul R. We both turn around.
Okay.
So she said, Big Paul. I turn around. Then Little Paul. He's not a little dude, man. He's swelled up. I think he's 5'10" or so. And he's like.
They're trying to make up since.
Hey. So back to we were in a golf tournament. So hey, let's get a picture together. And then my homeboy said, oh man, he said something to him. He goes, no, you know what? He says, hey, one of us is gonna go before the other. He said, and you know what? He goes, I want this to be on the casket. So hey, I hugged him up, man. We took one. I said, hey, either one, man. We go back that far, So to have friendship, for that long, 40-some years, 5 years, just to have a friend, bro.
Yeah.
It don't even matter. A solid one that you can say, you can call up and get something, that. Yeah. Or you know what? I really believe that on friendship, when you, I got home, I walked up, I just hugged him. Didn't say nothing. I got all ears, man. But that's all he needed. I know him that well, a buddy of mine that, I know he was going through something, but that was enough. Just that little hug, little fist pump, and hey, I'll catch you later. That's it. But I went over there, did it, and left, And then, I figured, hey, if he wants to chop it up, he'll
call you.
He'll give me a buzz, and a couple days later, hey, little by little, then it comes out, But that's the beauty of having friends, man, and that's why I think, man, that's why one of our listeners, one of your listeners, but somebody, I had a picture up, man. Someone's seen it, and it's like an inside pun, because I was at the gym earlier, and this guy said, "Hey, Big Paul, you got to run for mayor." I said, "No, bro. You know what? I'm not really into politics, man. And you know what? Then I enjoy life too much. I don't want to do that,
Yeah.
So, so he had made a comment about something. Hey, the next mayor of San Bernardino,
Sure.
But then
you heard it first.
Yeah.
Chicano shuffle.
Oh yeah.
You heard it first.
So I said, "No, bro. You know what, man? Hey,
You gotta Got a firme little troquita just cruising right by us.
Hey, that's a nice, 5 window. Look at that, straight ties and white walls, baby. That's more than enough right there, huh?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
It's awesome, man.
Throwing them pipes around, trying to let my people know that I got some refreshments there for them, man.
Big Paul's a plug out here.
And also, back to the mayor.
Oh, no, you know what? Hey,
2020.
This city, it went bankrupt a few years ago. They're getting themselves out of it, But I think like I love lowriders, and people that love politics, they do what they do, So you gotta love to do it, and I don't even like it, the politics, But I'm not a sheep, I've been down there and passed, when they had some issues, in my neighborhood, I had concern, and that's the beauty of it. We can go down there and express that. But man, the time, it's not like I'm running on the clock, man. But you know what? I don't want to do that. There's people that love it. I mean, I got a friend that he's a county supervisor. He started on the college board, and he loves it. He's got a passion for it. That's his thing, and he makes it happen, But my thing is, I still work. I'm not retired. I got a few more years to go, and even at that, I dig, going to shows and playing golf, man. I mean, I may sound like people say, "Hey, Paul, you ever work?" I say, "Yeah, man, I work all the time."
I know. I was just thinking. I'm like, I think he's retired. He's gotta be retired.
I just, man, I just.
You gotta work for the city, right?
Man, I compact my time,
Yeah.
But no, you know what? I've been around a minute, I have, man, but you know what? Thank God, I look forward to another day, man, and another podcast, And I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. You know what? You guys make it so easy, man. And I can see how when people do come on here, man, they loosen it up, you get a little extra here, extra there, because you know what, man, you're talking with homeboys,
Yeah.
And that's what I'm feeling like right now, man. You know what?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. The only thing missing, man, and my stick, man. I'm gonna have a smoke with my man. You know what? And you know what? I tell you, like some people, whatever they do, they drink whiskey. Hey, have a whiskey, have that. But you know what? People that like what you like, man. You know what? That's my endorphins get up. Like you know what? And I brought one, man. You know what? If you guys smoke, we smoke all together.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to get this guy into it. I think he'll like it.
Oh man, hey, you know what? Earlier, we talked earlier. I said, man, Razor. See, I got a guy at work. His name is Ramon. I don't know why, but because of
Chico, the wrestler.
Yeah, everybody calls him Razor Ramon.
Chico.
All right, Chico.
And it's like everybody has a name, and I think every Ramon I know, man. First name Razor.
Razor,
But I seen him, and he was all banged up, but he was with Diamond Dallas Page.
Oh yeah, he was doing with Jake the Snake as well.
Hey, you know what? That yoga really works,
Yeah, the DDP yoga, man, it's great.
I got a buddy, man. His back was shot out, man, and he got in a bad accident, and he didn't want to. Those pills were messing him up, so he just got into yoga, and then I told him about, that was that yoga, and he said, bro. He goes, you know what? I'm on no meds. I'm flexible, man. He said that yoga really it's a hot sweat, So and he lost. He wasn't doing it to lose weight, but in the process he lost weight, But he said he's more limber, flexible, And he said, hey, and he said his homeboys were clowning him and all that. It's not like he had Richard Simmons shorts on and and dropping nuts and bolts,
Yoga pants.
You know what I mean? Hey, he said,
nuts and bolts.
That's a good one. I have to steal that one.
Yeah, man. Razor Ramon. Yeah, he was pretty beat up, man. It's all the pain pills and all that shit they take, man. It's a rough gig.
And Jake the Snake, I remember seeing him in a documentary, man. He was shot out, man. I'm like,
yeah.
All those guys, yeah.
He was on meth and shit.
All that. You know what? That's as a kid, I grew up, man, and it was like out here, he was, Freddie Blassie used to come out here,
Okay.
Meet Mascas,
Yeah.
And there were some other ones, man, but I
blew them one.
Bobo Brazil, or there was different cats out here, man. But there used to be an arena here on G Street, so they say all the big ones come through here. Well, in the IE, I seen Rick James, all the old funk bands when they were new funk bands, And then it got a plane wrecked into the Swing Auditorium, so it tore down,
a plane crashed into it?
Yeah, and if I'm correct, I believe it was like he owned the restaurant that Jose's, not Jose's, but it was another, it was a restaurant. They just sold it, but it was one in Riverside. He was the owner, and it went down, and some people died. I think he did as well, but no one on the ground. But that was the end of the concerts, man. It was the last show that was there. I think Rick James, but Elvis played there, man.
Wow.
Yeah, Elvis did a pit stop here, and with Fats Domino and Jerry Lee Lewis. I seen all the. I'm into. You know what? I'm from oldie but goodies, country. Tejano. So. I saw all the country, the greats, man. Merle Haggard,
Yeah.
I seen Merle Haggard, George Jones, and I was just in it, this stuff. I dig out music, man. But you know what?
This is not what you grew up with. This is not.
Yeah.
This is something I grew up with.
Yeah, my stuff was 80s. My stuff was Curtis Blow, the breaks. I saw him here he was at the Swing, man.
Yeah.
And you know what the trip, bro? Back then, early 80s, but then there was like the rappers came, the New York came through, but it was a year before that, the Beastie Boys came. And check this out, bro. They got booed off. They only did one song, man. And they got booed. They came out with that big album. Everybody, it sold out. But that on that tour, you see any white boys out there, But they were funky. The next year they came, they were still the same. Just that people weren't ready for that.
Yeah.
And they were, they had Cookie Puss, but then they hit Brass Monkey and all the other stuff, And I'm like, man, you know what? Me and my other buddy that was here earlier, we go back and we talk about, seeing Confunction, Brass Construction, Sun, seeing Rick James, Stone City, the Stone City band, the bands, So we seen those back here in the day, So, matter of fact, a while back, man, you guys were talking about metal. But
Yeah.
you know what? In the early '90s, I used to do security. So out here at Blockbuster, I did it was Metallica.
Okay.
But the cool thing about that, yeah, they kicked ass, they did their thing, but the band that opened up for them was Suicidal Tendencies.
Oh, from Venice.
Hey, man. And then I was there, and I'm like, my buddy said, hey, let's go break that up. I said, no, they're moshing. You let them do their thing, man. When the song ends, it ends.
Like, I'm not getting involved with that shit.
They were kicking up dust, Well, from there, then we ended up going to San Diego. They took, all of us, we went to San Diego. We did that, and we did the Rolling Stones there. But you guys were talking about, well, there was this guy one day at work talking about he digs Rage Against the Machine.
Okay.
So I'm saying, you know what, bro? I said, hey, there was in Riverside, a little college, RCC, a place called The Barn. I said, I did security for them, for Rage Against the Machine. No, they never played there. I said, bro, they didn't advertise, but I played there. Zach De La Rosa, they went up there, and they did a little tune-up. Man, and the people that were there, it was just a regular college night, and they were bad. Then I told them, man, next thing I know it, one of the big tours, they were on that lineup. And I was like, man, I told my buddy, man, I seen these dudes, man, at the Barn. Little hole in the wall, just a little tune-up. And then now, those are stadium shows that they were doing.
Yeah, man.
And to see Suicidal, matter of fact, we did them in, at the time, it was like their last show. We used to do a lot of work at the Palladium. And this guy had a punk shirt on, and a young kid, And I seen it, and he said, hey, what do you know about this? I said, man, yeah, you're right. I don't know shit, dude. I said, all I know is that, you know what? I did security for them dudes at the Hollywood Palladium.
Wow.
And it was Epitaph Records. It was Face to Face. Green Day was there. Just a lot of groups, man. And you know what? I missed out.
Face. Hey, that's an old one.
Hey, they were doing their thing, man. You know what? And that speed, it was just, it was kick ass, So, and I said, no, I don't know much. Oh, you ever seen them? No. I said, oh, but you got the T-shirt. Yeah, you walking around like you think.
What do you know? What do you know?
What do you know about them?
Like I was waiting for him to say, oh man, like, God dang it, but you know what? I seen a lot of groups. Some that I got my brain's lapsed right now, but I seen so many that years later I said, hey, they blew up. But they were good then. just that it wasn't my thing, you know. I was just there, you know, to do security, you know. Oh, it was hard, you know. I mean, man, them dudes, man, they get your ass kicked out there, you know. And I worked with a lot of, I'm a Chicano, you know, big dude, but I would work with Samoans, Tongans, and they had some big old like football players, you know, from the local colleges. And man, I was looking up to these dudes, man. I'm like, damn, bro, you know. And it was interesting, you know.
You were the run of the group.
I was, man. I was like, man, you know what?
He's a vegan.
Oh yeah, you know what, man?
That's a tough gig, man. You guys remember when the Hells Angels did the Stones, man? And they went out of control.
They killed a few. I mean, they turned it into a bar fight. They shanked some cats, you know. You know, but no, you know what? You got to have it though, you know. And believe it or not, we get out there and some bands, you know, I don't even want to even say their names. They would entice the crowd to get on stage. See, but our number one thing was the promoter and the venue said, hey, we lose the stage, we lose the house. By any means necessary, you protect it. I don't want no one getting beat up, but you don't let them get on top. So I mean, they were going airborne. They were flying over, you know, and we were like bringing them down. We didn't hurt them, you know. And a little quick story. One time I worked the pit. And we got word for Carlos Santana. And he goes, hey, man, he loves his fans. He loves them. And he said, don't manhandle them, you know. So, you know, he was doing a solo, man. You know, I mean, he was zoned out, you know, eyes closed. And don't look at him either. But I had to see where he was at because I had to follow him. And then out of nowhere, man, I mean, I seen a dude. I said, oh, you can almost spot him. You know, they were cupping their hands, getting ready to launch him, you know. So one dude, you know, I seen that he was jumping up and down.
Did you see it happening?
He went airborne, man, and I went up and it's like, hey, like catching a pass, man. I brought him down, but I didn't manhandle him. I grabbed him and then kind of walked him, you know. Some guys at some venues, they'll just get them and just run them out.
Yeah.
Hey, man, can't do it. They took them out. So I'm back again, and I'm in a football stance, like, God dang it. And out of nowhere, you know, I feel like someone tapped me. I'm like, man, I look around, bro, and I look up, it was Carlos, man. He winked at me, bro, like, hey. See, what if I would have been an ass, man, and manhandled this dude, man? You know what? Hey, I just said, no, man, we got the instructions, man. He loves his people.
To the bread basket.
Yeah. That's it, yeah. All right, what's up, my man? Hey, good to see you. I got some over there for you. Hey, Arizona right there, man. All the way down from Arizona, man. You know, so that's back to the show. Hey, you know, last year we did this show. We had like 26 car clubs. We had over 200 cars. We got an overflow based on the fact that Lowrider Magazine here and being on the publish on the web and all that, you know, we're going to hit 400 cars. You know, we got people, yeah, they might have came from out of state, but I don't know. I mean, we got people that are coming from Arizona for this event. You know, it's a free event. Bring the family out, you know, and you know, I mean, we're talking now, but they hear it again. You know what? It happens every year. You know,
yeah, so, definitely. We'll promote it for next year, man.
Man, hey, so you know what? How'd you guys get involved? This is your second year going to the one in Montebello, the one coming up in September.
Yes. So that one, well, we did East LA Cape, the comic book,
which was cool. I dug that. Man.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
And it all started with the East LA Art Walk. The organizer, I guess, reached out, and so we talked, and we're like, yeah, let's do our first live event. The first one, that's we're like, hay una mosca en el menú, Ramon's going to el mercadito throwing down pozole, and the conchas, and all that, right? And the condoms, and all this. While we were there, we ran into the East LA guys. So we chatted up, and they invited us to their event. When we went to their event, this guy is just walking around, you know, Randy. That's the guy, the organizer for the Montebello Art Walk or Art Fest. So he came up to us and we started chatting, and then we interviewed him, and he invited us, and that's how, you know, it's like you say, it's word of mouth, you know. Maybe they've never heard of us, but it's just the fact that, you know, when we're off the mics, we're still talking smack, you know, we're still clowning, we're still like, you know, doing the like cosquillitas, they're like, hey, what's up?
Oh, now you want some cosquillitas.
You know, we're doing all this, and we're just talking smack, and people like feed off of that vibe, and they're like, hey man, you guys should do this. And if we had the time, if we didn't have the jobs that we have, and if we like, you know, just dedicated only to this, oh, definitely we'll be doing events, or we'll be doing, you know, we were talking about it earlier, you know, like, you know, like, let's just say this became a career, like, wow, like, it'll be great. but the reality is that we have lives. So whenever we can work it in and whenever we can do it, we go from there. It's not like we're being snobby or picky, like, oh no, we don't want to go do this or we don't want to do that. It's just that, like, it's everyday life. And with Randy, he really, his family, they're very supportive. They're very outgoing, and they're like, they want us out there. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah, we don't have anything planned, and we'll work around that schedule.
No, you know what? Hey, what I'm gonna do? I'm getting with my guy right now. Hopefully, we'll get it done. And get your permission. I'm gonna, I sell my hats, but I'm gonna put the Chicano shuffle. And as a patron, and whatever you sell, I don't want it.
Okay.
Put it towards the Patriot,
Okay.
You know what? So I'll set you up some hats, merch, So
perfect,
it's some one-off stuff, and
thanks.
And you know what? You set it up with your stuff, and it'll be your stuff, and whatever you get off it, man,
you can put the little low classic bombs or straight
collab.
pipes and white walls, man.
That's all you need.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. There you go.
Do a collab, man. That'll be awesome.
That'll be great, man. Listeners out there, so sign up for the Patreon. I got Big Paws hooking it up. So take advantage. Limited edition.
Yeah, you know what? And I dig it because I see, I don't, not real people, not followers, not numbers, but real people, man. And I see you guys, a lot of people on your page, man. They interact with you guys, and then sometimes, man, I wait for your interview. I hear it, then I wait for Deborah. I want to hear her review. Hey, she's solid, man. You know what? And she can write, man. She puts out, and she puts it together good.
She breaks it down, yeah.
But then, now, I see where she's actually hitting some of the people that you talked about and doing reviews.
She's supporting the podcasters out there.
And that's what, in this day and age, man, that's a beautiful thing about it, man, because, everybody supports each other one way or the other.
Yeah. And that's how we get out of the bucket, Paul.
Yeah.
We got to lift each other. We got to be that guy in the pit, setting up la manita to throw him over.
Hey, you know what? Oh, man. Hey, I don't know what year was. You remember when that Proposition
187?
Yeah.
Pete Wilson. Pete Wilson.
Okay.
Fuck Pete Wilson.
Hey, check this out,
All
man.
those years later, fuck Pete Wilson.
Hey, I was doing the Palladium, right? Man, it was, I don't know what it was, Rock Espanol. It was something that was cracking, man.
Yeah.
And you know what, man? Hey, thank you there, man. Hey, and that show, oh, man, it was, everybody was against it, and it was like, I don't know, they took it out on security, man. Hey, they were flying like Lucha Libre. And I'm like, oh, man, I can't, hey, come on. They were just going, we didn't lose the house, though, man. But they were coming at us, bro. I'm like, I was winded, man. I'm like, man, these dudes, and you know what? But I remember that instant because they were angry.
Yeah.
The vibe. You know what? It's almost like right now, everything, there's people that are angry, and then if you think about it, if that was the biggest thing then, I don't see that much anger that was in that 187 that it is now, I mean, now people are just, beyond it,
Yeah, this is something different.
I'm sure social media played a big part in that too, Big Paul, like throwing the word out and just kind of spreading all that stuff out.
Yeah, because back in those days, social media wasn't a thing, everything was word of mouth. I mean, the only way you knew about events is if you saw the flyers, or someone told you, or you were on the party line, hey, what's up, man? Like, hey, throwing down,
You know what's crazy, man? Is sometimes I see like those concerts you're talking about, like Santana back in the 80s and stuff like that. And what's trippy to me, dude, is to see the audience without a fucking phone in front of them. Like, just to see the audience really engaged in the concert, like no distractions.
You know what's the trip, bro, is that I thought about this one time. I seen the cameras. I'm like, what's that about? And not to be like an old, in my day, now you can't bring lighters in, but it was all lighters,
Oh, yeah. You can? They don't let you bring them in?
And that was the cool part. That now it's all the phones are holding up, but you're right, man. You know what? Back then, no, people came. Like I did the rock and rollers, Aerosmith. Man, you know what? Working the pit has this, you have to catch the bodies, but you also, you see the flashes, I mean, they got to flash me to flash them, not directly, but I got to see them they're showing the band, just lifting up on them, man. I'm like, oh, man, you know what? I mean, hey. But you see it all, and
you see it all, Paul. I got in trouble once for that.
Flashing?
Well, just, looking at
he was the one flashing.
Ah, damn, Razor.
He went to go see Morrissey, and he was
Oh, man.
Some girls are bigger than others.
Oh,
He throws barrio in a different way.
No. It was at a Metallica concert. You know, you can hear the scream, like everybody wooing, like woo, and you turn around like hey, like and then woo, you turn around, they're like whoa. I kept getting jabs, you know, like hey, what are you looking at? Type of deal. So, but yeah, man, the flat. I don't know now. I mean, I haven't been to those type of concerts, and that still is a thing.
you know what, man? It's a friend of mine, man. Rest in peace, man. I went to school with him, and I remember he was a big Smiths fan. You know, I mean, that was his thing, man. He was into Susie and the band, all that. That was his group.
He was into the new wave, the dark wave,
all that, you know,
the mod.
And I wasn't really in it. I knew it, you know, but you know, I mean, he would clown me for shit, I'm Merle Haggard, you know, but to each his own, you know. And I didn't. I mean, it's not that I didn't like it, you know. I mean, it was cool, but
yeah, but it just didn't speak to you.
It didn't, you know. I mean, I wasn't going lighting up no lighters, you know. But Merle Haggard, I'm out there, you know, with shit kickers on and off.
You got a blowtorch.
Yeah. Oh man, I tell you that though. But no, you know what? I tell you what, guys, man, you continue what you're doing. And everything else is lining up, man. This is going to pick up more Debras, more Big Pauls, you know, more other podcasters. Because you know what, if they're responding, they're listening.
Yeah.
And I know it's because you do the same to them. You know, you listen to their stuff. You know,
Yeah.
and then one little mention of one. You know, nowadays you just Google it, man, and bam, they're a podcaster. That's who they meant. You know, because I mean, we speak freely about a lot of things, and sometimes but if you listen closely, you can grab something, a little nugget.
Yeah, we have no problem promoting, what we're drinking or what we're eating.
You should have a podcast, dude.
I think you should.
You should have a podcast around this culture and just everything. Because you have a way of speaking, dude. Like, you're a very easy guest to have, dude.
Oh, man, you know what? Hey, it's like, you guys are throwing softballs, you know?
I think you should.
And I like it, I mean, you know what?
Dude, I think you should, Paul.
And that's a trip, man. Talking to one homeboy one day, we're playing. He goes, hey, Paul, I don't ever hear. So, you know what, man? Everybody has their own wheelhouse, man. I'll listen to anything, but I only speak on a few things, man, because you know what?
Definitely, yeah. And what do you could really speak on lowriders,
cigars,
bars. You could talk about your stories on security.
Oh man,
I'm sure there will be people that they would like, wow, you didn't sign.
I would listen to that shit.
You didn't sign any NDAs, right?
No, you know what? Hey,
so you can tell it all.
Those didn't exist then, right?
I look back, man, back then, because I was young, and I had just started a family, man. So I was moonlighting, with this company, and I look back now, and some people don't. That's nothing. But I look back now. Then it wasn't. Now I look back and said, man, you know what? Some of these groups, some of these guys are gone. They're gone.
Yeah.
And then some are still around. Like I remember doing BB King. And,
wow, that's amazing.
It was to see him. I mean, I was working, but I was a fan though. I was a working fan, man. I was like, look back. I would study him, and he would just play. But he would sing, but he couldn't play and sing. And another guy told me that, and so I was watching. I got to see that. But did Jimmy Buffett? He didn't like to be looked at. He just but his fans, they knew everything, man. They knew the shark. They did all that. They did the whole. They acted out the songs, So the Eagles, they played here at Blockbuster,
Okay.
So and then you look back now, man. People are gone, gone, and
that BB King was sad, man, because towards the end of his career, he was in his, I forget how old he was when he died, but he wasn't really playing as much. He was more talking to the crowd, and I remember seeing a video like one of his last concerts, and people were actually booing at him, man, because they wanted him to play more, and he was just trying to talk to the audience. Older guy, man, he just wants to talk. He doesn't want to play guitar anymore, but it was pretty sad to see them booing him, man.
I saw Chuck Berry once.
Oh shit!
And you know what? It was sad because he kicked everybody off the stage. He played here at the San Manuel Casino, and he can still rip, man. But then he stopped. Hey, if you can't play my shit right, don't play it at all.
Yeah.
And kick him off. That was the piano player. Then because he would pick up local musicians,
Yeah.
And then I think it was a one-man show. He kicked the piano player off. He had a bass player. And I think it was just him and the drummer.
Yeah.
And the drummer was just like, hey, man, just playing like Bob from La Bamba, man. He didn't know what to do no more, man. You know. So I'm like, damn.
James Brown used to do the same, man. He would remember every time somebody fucked up from his band. He would remember and he would dock their pay when they was done.
Oh man.
Yeah, these guys are ruthless, man. Yeah, we're getting soft. We were just talking about how musicians are getting soft now, man. Like everything's like, you know, you want to play the part, but in those days, I mean, did you ever do any Guns N' Roses, man? Because I knew Axl was known to, to stir up the audience.
The company that did, they did a couple of those shows. I didn't go, and I recall one of them was the dude said, "Hey, bro," because I had a full-time job, and he goes, "You might want to sit this one out, man, because they say 9 to 10 o'clock. You don't know when they're going to go on. You know, they've been known to come on at midnight.
Yeah.
You know, and then, so I said, nah, I set a couple out like that, you know.
Yeah.
And I said, nah, I didn't want to take that chance. The Rolling Stones, hey, it was a pleasure to see those guys get down, man. You know,
I heard Meg puts on a great show, man.
Still to this day, dude.
Yeah.
energy, you know, and another one that I saw. I'm thinking back, man, was Vicente Fernandez.
Oh, okay.
Hey, he played right here at the casino. Beautiful, man. Hey, he dropped the mic, lowered the mic down, and just it picked up, you know. It carried, you know. And then the applause, the rumble, and that I've been to all the shows they had there, and they're remodeling now. But man, you could just feel like the thunder, man, the vibration in it, man. I'm like, hey, people love that dude, you know. Matter of fact, I seen Freddie Fender, the Texas Tornadoes came, you know. Ruben Ramos, Little Joe, yeah, they came here, you know. So I've seen a lot of the Tejano groups come through here, you know, and I was just to hear live music, man, you know. It's I mean, I dig the DJs, you know, cutting and scratching and all that, and DJs are big too, you know. But I like to hear instruments, you know.
Yeah, you feel it.
Maybe on the 200 episode, man, you can show up because we had a really good band from El Paso called Sludhammer that played.
Oh man.
I seen the clips,
Yeah,
man.
they brought it, dude.
I think I would have been in security mode, man. You know, hey, no stage diving here, man. Hey, they put a lot of energy on them.
The only one stage diving was this guy over here. He was starting the mosh pit over there.
Oh my God, he was angry because nobody was following him.
Oh man.
Oh man, but
Hey, wait, did they fly down, or how'd they get
they
them?
drove.
Yeah, those guys are troopers, man.
Straight after work on Friday.
Man.
Shout out to Sludhammer. You should check them out, Paul, if you're into like that kind of Motorhead kind of stuff.
And they were ripping fast too.
Oh man, dude.
You gotta check out Sledhammer and then follow Junior Sabbath, and then the Beaks, and then Germ Droid. They're the 4 members.
Yeah, they were nice enough to let me play a AC/DC song with them, man.
Oh man, that's cool though, man. So, but you know what? Hey, how did you guys plug in with them? You know, I mean,
The same way that you're here sitting in front of us.
all they're from El Paso,
I
right?
understood that it was Victor Terrazas, I think, from El Paso, heard us, and then he passed the word to Bobby, which is the bassist, the Beaks, and then he started listening to us, and then the band started listening to us. And that's the way it goes. It's just one person. It just takes one person, you know. And I think that's why we like to always when we find something interesting, we throw it out there because one listener is gonna listen to, like you say, you look it up, Google it, and then you're like, oh, let me check it out, and then you pass the word. That's how we help out each other. You know, that's how we get out of the bucket. We help ourselves. You know, I'm just gonna say we stage dive. That's how we're gonna get to the.
Hey,
to
that's
the,
it.
That's how we're gonna get to the stage.
And you know what's cool is that I can see them dudes playing, the clubs in Hollywood. You know.
Oh yeah.
I can see them fitting right in there, man.
They did the Rainbow like a couple years ago.
Oh yeah.
The Rainbow right there in Hollywood.
On Sunset.
Yeah, on Sunset. Yeah, that's a notorious spot. I mean, Lemmy Kilmister from Motorhead used to live. I think he was living on top of that place, and he was there all the time playing the poker machine in the corner. They would just let him drinking whiskey, playing poker, and that's
cool,
Lemmy, man. But yeah, man, it's been a great journey, Paul, and we've been able to meet awesome people like yourself, and hopefully we inspire each other, man, because that's what we need, I think, in our community.
No, you know what? You guys are, seed planters, man. You know what? And like anything else, man. Someone like what you guys planted that seed on me right now. There's someone else is gonna come around and they may water it, and it's gonna come.
I'm gonna bug you when this is done. I'm gonna really talk that into you, man.
Definitely, man.
Yeah.
And like with the podcast, man, it's cool because there's some that I stumbled across, and I just stumbled. I'm like, you know what, man, this is interesting right here, and and one of them was just like golf, talking about tips. And I said, man, what the hell's that, man? But you know what? Damn, you know what? I ain't saying my game got better, but you know what? It got more enjoyable.
Yeah, you got that voice, dude. You can pull it off, man.
Definitely. And the energy.
You could even, it'll be like in your brand. Dude. You could call it, what is it, White Walls and Straight Pipes?
There you go.
That's the name of the podcast, dude.
Oh, man, look at that.
Tie it in, dude. Yeah, that's a great name, man.
And if you need help, Fernie will walk you through how to set it all up.
Yeah.
There you go, Fernie.
Well, Paul, we're gonna put a stop on this right now. We're gonna pause it. I know you got people in your booth over there.
Oh yeah, and I'm a fire that grew up, man.
Yeah.
That's it right there. Yeah. I'm like, hey.
And I gotta go because ya me trona el boli.
Hey, you got it, my man. Thank you, guys.
Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
Fernando. Estes, you got it, man. Thank you, guys.
So we'll be right back for the next one. One. All right, so that was an interesting interview with Big Paul. Thank you, Big Paul, because you really hooked it up, eh?
Wow, you were able to chill out there.
Welcome back to the Big Paul Show.
I know, right? We were able to go check out some Ramflas ahí separados, and I know that Esteban checked out some booths, right?
Yeah, I was looking around, man. We saw, we're right in front of, like, what do you call those, Ray? What kind of dolls are those?
I don't know, dude. They're the
Scary.
I've never seen them before.
I don't know, wait. It's just pinches. Well, look, they're creative.
Yeah.
Son those little baby dolls that you grew up with or your sister grew up with.
Yeah.
And then they just added the Chicano or the Cholo twist to it.
Yeah, they choloed them up.
Cabrones, way.
We got some pictures. And I think I have the card, man. You know the card. I guess the name of the vendor. Se llama Smoke y Estilo.
De las monas?
Yeah. Yeah, one of the chiquillos that's right there helping out with the sales and everything. Those que estaban doing the fanning of the smoke.
Yeah, pobrecitos.
I know.
Hey, how was that fucking food that Big Paul hooked up, man?
Damn. Esa comida está, esa
The
casa está
hospitality. You know what? I want to be like Big Paul when I grow up.
Dude, everybody knows him. Everybody loves him. That guy's a magnet, dude.
Yeah.
You know, so they were. I went to go ask them really quick if I could take pictures of the monas, you know,
Yeah.
and those monos, just because you know how we were talking about. They got
The scary movie?
Yeah, the scary movies. I'm like, I don't know, dude. I see, you know, because Stefan's trying to get me to buy one.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I see scary movies, man, and they're gonna come up. They're gonna come out to life. Y luego si son cholas,
Like Chucky? Yeah.
they're gonna shank you.
La
man.
Carlita over there.
Ramon, at 3 in the morning, Ramon's going to hear,
Snitches get stitches, eh?
Y luego para acabarla de chingar, fucking after they take care of me, they're gonna be at the tat shop getting that teardrop.
Imagínate.
Nah.
Fuck.
So it was pinche firme event, dude.
The weather was fucking awesome, man.
It was beautiful, dude. I thought it was gonna be really hot.
Yeah.
Nope, it's very. Está chingón el aire.
Yeah.
Nice little breeze.
Yeah, you look at we're under a tree.
Well, you got a brand new fucking... Está chingón esta, güey.
Thanks.
You did pretty good, bro.
We're camping out machina.
Se hace lo que se puede, güey. You know,
This is a Chicano shuffle, don't fuck around, güey.
Pues ahí, humildemente hacemos lo que podemos, güey.
All Chicano shuffle needs is a fucking 3 pretty good hosts, and it'll be a good podcast.
No, but the hospitality out here was awesome.
Awesome, dude, yeah.
We met some cool people through Paul. We met Torres Empire. Yeah, he handles all the lowrider events in LA in the convention center. We met a couple of car club VPs and presidents. And then it's just looking around, and then everybody seems cool. It's all family oriented. You know what? There's a lot of kids, dude.
Yeah.
And they're sporting their parents' car clubs shirts, you know?
Yeah.
And that's I don't know. That's a fucking feed me little detail right there.
There was a lot of families where I saw a lot of like dudes walking around with their kids. Estuvo chido, güey.
Yeah, fuck it.
Family oriented.
Yeah, I even saw a couple of people with. Did you see that? The guy with the Great Mastiff? No, that wasn't a Great Mastiff. It was the Marmaduke. What is it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
Great Dane?
Yeah.
Great Mastiff, güey.
No, sorry.
Pero otra vez ese cabrón.
La placa, güey.
Ay, güey, we'll talk later. Ya llegó el hielo.
No,
Got some
no,
warrants.
And then there's like, you saw there was a couple of people with some pit bulls, fucking chingon looking pit bulls, man. It's very family oriented.
Yeah.
I like that. ¿Qué carros vieron? Okay, which one stood out to you guys?
Oh, you know what? I didn't really take a look, güey. I didn't even fucking go around, güey.
Ah, cabrón. Entonces que fuiste al baño, güey.
Yeah, I went to the restroom, güey.
Te perdiste por un buen rato, güey.
No, you were gone for a
So I
while,
went
güey.
to the restroom, güey. I was just hanging out.
I still had a fucking impression with that Riviera, güey.
Yeah, that is how chingona.
Thank you, Big Paul.
First one, güey.
That was a good one. I saw a couple of troquitas around there.
I saw a couple bombs that were fucking chingon, güey.
And then there was the mini trucks.
Right here behind us.
Yeah, there's the mini trucks. I took a picture con una de ellas that had the Elvira spray painted on the top.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one, yeah.
Está chingona, güey.
Yeah, but it was definitely cool to see like the family aspect of it, man. Like a lot of people, you know, it's crazy. Like shout out to Big Paul again, but how it's rare to see somebody like his son. Way like, how old's your son, Big Paul? 22. 22, your son?
No.
No. Hold on. Reset up right here.
All right, there we go. So, Esteban's asking, how old is your son, Big Paul?
I got one 27 and the one here right now is 22.
Yeah, this one right here. We were just, he's 22, man.
Yeah.
The manners that he has, dude, was pretty crazy to see, man. Because I'm not used to a 22-year-old being so like hey, you guys okay? You guys good? Hey, this and that. Telling us about your family. Like, he did a good job raising them, man.
I thank you for that, man. You know what? And that goes, a long ways because I guess my old man, my pops, rest in peace. The same thing. He had us, respect literally your elders, man.
Yeah.
And not to say anybody's old or anything, old heads or nothing, but no, that's just the way it's been, And then plus, I think a lot of that is he played sports all his life,
Oh, okay.
and then all the way through a little bit of college, So he had a lot of good coaches, man, and that discipline, They that's a big key right there.
Yeah, we were just doing the little recap, man, and I just wanted to give a shout out to that, man. The food was amazing, man. You guys, the hospitality was like no other, dude. I was telling these guys, like, I've never really been out here, like, to be honest. And just to see, like, the people, it gives me a different perspective, the IE, man.
And you know what? And that's the cool thing about it, because even for the magazine, they used to come out here back in the 80s, and there used to be a big car show at the Orange Show. And for some reason, it went to Vegas, a big super show in Vegas. And then we have, Taurus Empire, which is from here. He did shows there, but he went to the LA Convention Center. So we still have like these here. That's why a lot of the locals come out because, we got a lot of cruise nights, but we do several of the other clubs. They also do the same thing like this, And it's all, we keep it free for the public, and minimum cost for the vendors. And it's a day to come out and just do this, hang out, And the best part I like, man, is when they roll out, And we do have awards. They got trophies, but a lot of these guys, man, it's not even about that, They just like to come out and do this, show and shine, old school.
Yeah, no, it was really cool to see, man. And we always somehow get ourselves in places that we would have never got ourselves into without this podcast.
And then then you have the whole like Inland Empire is like, oh my God, it's too far. It's too hot. ¿Qué se hace in Inland Empire? There's nothing to do over there.
Yeah, true.
Right away. But now it's like, thank you for the invite because now we see this is what I guess the outsiders don't see.
True.
You know, this is what the people that don't live in the area, don't know how tight this little community is, don't see. You know, and it's good to see that, fuck, you got raza investing in classic cars, and not only that, but customizing them and making them their own, giving them that little toque, you know, that little touch.
That's so true. And you know what is cool about it is like the guys that host it, they kind of like police it themselves as far as we don't hire security because it's a family-oriented, and then there's enough people here. If someone does get out of line, we just go to the president or whoever. Hey, man, can you just, just shut it down for a minute, and out of respect, they do that because they know that, like most shows, this is, when we say family-friendly, it really is, Look around and see a lot of little kids here, man, and they get excited, to see the cars, and when they start hitting the switches and all that, then they like to hear the sirens, You think it's, hey, that's another thing, all these bombs, they hit them sirens, man. And you think it's a Mayday attack, coming bombing attack,
You hear it, So it's just it's one of those little events that they're few and true, and it's good to see it. It's
I like how you keep calling it small way, but it's fucking huge way.
No. But
I'm saying you keep saying, this little community.
No, because well, okay, maybe this community.
Yeah, a huge community right here.
Yeah, it's pretty big, actually. You're right. But it's beautiful. Thank you very much, Paul, for this invite. Because, like Esteban says, I don't know, we would have been out here.
No, definitely not, man.
No, and that's why when I reached out, I said, I got to go out there too to see you guys. And the same thing. Oh man, LA's far, but you know what? I make a day of it. When after I saw you guys, man, I went down to Cinco Puntos, and Manuels, and we made a day of it, But that was a highlight. The purpose of going out there was to the Comic Con to see you guys, man, see you in action, and just run into the listeners, not fans, just friends. They may. It's a trip because there's a couple guys that I play with, and some of them are they've been around, in the music industry. And I said, man, you know what? I said, man, I went from a fan to a friend.
Yeah.
And just in a matter of a couple conversations, And I believe with your podcast and a few others, man, you get that vibe, Like, hey, you know what? It's like, we all work, we all do our thing, but when you can go and talk to somebody, man, and that's the beauty of just. I guess the community, man, raza, they do stick it together. But this thing is open. We got hot riders there, man. We got some dudes out here with, big block Chevys, man, and some nice trucks, and everybody is welcome,
Yeah, well, you can hear the paletero in the back, the guys making a killing.
Welcome.
Nomás falta el elotero and el guapa que venda churros.
Yeah.
And I think we're good.
I got a choco taco from him.
I know, I took a picture of it.
But that's what it is, Paul. Like, people listening to this episode or this podcast, they're just friends that we've never met. Everybody is friends to us, man, but we just haven't met them, and it's cool to see, like at the 100th episode, how listeners were talking amongst each other and being about the same stuff with each other, It's like, wow, dude, everybody kind of comes in, and it's good to be around things like this. This is good for the spirit, man, to see people coming together, and mostly like guys that you would see out, people would judge them. Like, I was telling Fernie, like, hey, dude, look at how fucking friendly all these people are, and these are people that get judged in the streets, like, oh, those guys are up to no good. And we could be up to no good, yeah. But we know when at a family event, let's keep all that stuff away and let's just come together and try to be at peace for at least a moment. And if you have beef with people, keep it outside of this event. And it was good to see stuff like that, man.
It was a few years ago. They used to have a big event out here, and they didn't allow lowriders. Oh, that was a big thing. So out of that, rest in peace with a guy named Danny Flores out here. He was a veteran. And I remember it vividly, man, on the corner of Mount Vernon and 5th. He had like 3-4 cars, and different guys would just post up. And it was right on Route 66, Mount Vernon, which is Foothill, and it's 5th Street. So from that, it grew an event. It's called Salute to the Route. And they do a big Veterans Day, and they do a couple of events. But that stigma, they didn't allow us in there. So it was kind of like a little silent protest on his part, but it grew. A few years later, that event opened up to the lowriders, and nothing ever happened. And other than, the event, it died out because of the bankruptcy, and because of that, but the cool thing about it, like, there was a guy that was my neighbor, and he had a show car out there one day, and then Danny Flores announced him. And here, I've known this guy since I was a young kid, and not knowing that he was a Bronze Star, recipient of. He was in Vietnam.
Wow.
Badass Cadillac, I'm like, man, you know what? And he was just naming guys that were there, not to put what they did for a living, but we got people here that, they're business owners, man, but they drive lowriders, and you know what? We couldn't get in there, but we got veterans, so if you guys are interested, one of these days, we do a big one out here, but I know they're everywhere, but you guys are more than welcome. My friend, he throws that now, he runs it, and, man, he loves you guys, man. You guys are welcome out here anytime.
Thank you so much.
I got some people that came up to me and said, hey, you think they'll come to my show? And, I said, you know what? Like anything else, man, the only way you can do that is if you invite them.
Yeah.
All they can say is no, they're booked, but you know what? If they're available, they'll show,
Yeah, definitely, man. If time permits it and, there's nothing else in place, I would love to do these things, It's that thing, it's you get to meet friends that you have, you run into friends that you haven't met yet. That's all it is. It's like Esteban said.
I don't know, man, but you kind of set the bar there, Big Paul, because we're going to expect the bomb food.
Hey,
wherever we go, we're going to expect that.
Hey, I tell you what, man. Hey, for you guys, I'll do it.
Oh, my God.
I'll do it. Hey, I'll roll it out. Matter of fact, you know what? Hey, we'll even set the, one of these days, you know what? We get an event, we'll plan it, and if they're listeners, man, we'll feed them all.
Oh, sure.
We'll open it up,
on
man.
there.
Yeah, hey, we'll do that, man, because, you see, we're still doing it right now, so, I mean, everything we got today, it's just a blessing, man, to give back, so that's what we do. So we do that for the friends, and the listeners, we do an event, and I got the rig, man, so.
I saw, man.
Hey, I'll bring it out, man.
With one hand, he moved it around, dude.
Dude, it was amazing, because I know your wife was inviting people to eat, and everybody's like wondering how much it was.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, it's free.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? It's free? Like, dude, that's amazing, dude.
Yeah, people were shocked.
Yeah.
I was getting a slider, which, by the way, oh my God. Oh, that was delicious.
Hey, thank you.
I know. So then this guy walked up with his mija, and they're like, "Excuse me, you sell waters?" And she and your wife Helen, right?
Yes.
Helen said, "No, we don't sell waters." He's like, "Oh, but I have some. You want one?" He's like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah." So she gave him like 2 waters. I'm like, you know what? You rarely see that.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh man.
And that's you definitely have raised the bar, Paul. Like when I grow up, I want to be like you.
Hey, that's it, man. You know what?
When I grow up, I want to be like you. It's just that humbleness. This.
Well, it's contagious.
It is.
Yeah.
It is like everybody's walking up to you like, "Hey, what's up, Big Paul?" And it's like, wow. And like Esteban said, it's like you see these people in the street, and right away you're like, I don't know, look this. But then it's like when they come to you, you're like, I don't know. You're the ambassador of
Mayor
this place.
Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah, me being from here, but what's cool is that a lot of my friends from outside LA that I go to the shows out, they're here, and they brought their cars out, and how that happened was I go to shows out there and give them a flyer and tell them, hey, you know what, they're welcome. And they're like, some of them, they came in trailers because some of them cars are all chrome underneath, but they're like, hey, you know what, we're going to go show at your place, man. And they're here, and that's why my compadre Gus up there, man, he was like thanking everybody because last year we had like maybe a little over 200 cars, man, and I just talked to him, and he goes, man, I lost count, bro. He said we doubled, we doubled in vendors, we doubled in foot traffic because we generated a lot of people, from outside the area, and that's the dude. They're going to go back, and next year, Lord willing, they'll say, hey, you know what, I remember that show, so they come back, and that's the beauty of it, man. But like there's some shows that I like going to out in Southgate. There used to be a nice show in Southgate,
At the park?
At the park.
Yeah, at that. And it kind of. I remember going in the heyday, man. Then I don't know what happened if someone took it over differently, but it hasn't been what it was, But at one time, that was a solid show right there, And I seen the Midnighters there, Joe Patan. They would have some acts. Pachuco Jose was there. Man, I said, hey, I would drive out there, But then I went the last 2 years, man, and it's still going, but it's not. I don't know if different promoters or different car clubs, like it's, there's always some kind of politics in the lowrider community over something.
Yeah.
And with this one here, we just try to keep that out, you know. And it's hard, it happens, you know, but you know, I mean, there's shows like that to stick around. We're trying to build this one, you know, over the years to be like that Southgate show, where people can say, hey, that's a good show to go to, you know, put it on their calendar, you know.
This was definitely a great show, man. I really enjoyed the day, man. It was pretty awesome to hang out with you guys, man.
Man, but before you know it, you're gonna have to maybe move aside because it's gonna outgrow it.
You know what? And the cool thing about it, we got we got another reserve spot on the other side. You know, just in case if it would have, you know, if we would, you know, in the future if it gets bigger, we got maybe half the size of this, but it's actually we got a little ramp where you can drive over, and there's the same park, but it's on the other side. But we kind of like we want to pack them here because we want everybody to be, you know, a little tight, but at the same time together.
Yeah.
But if it gets that big, man, you know what? Hey, we'll run entertainment over there too. You know what I mean? We'll send some vendors over there. You know, we'll just make it, you know, as it grows, we'll grow. You know?
Definitely, man. Before you know it, you'll be booking live acts, and then you're gonna go back to your security life.
Security while he's barbecuing
and selling
shirts,
selling merch,
and recording his podcast,
and still saying hellos.
Catching Ramon stage dives.
Oh yeah, there you go, man.
We gotta get Big Paul in the Dos Equis commercials, man.
Oh man, oh yeah. Is it Dos Equis or the Heineken ones?
Well, I don't know. I'm talking about the most interesting man.
Oh, that's right.
Hey, you know, that was a smooth character right there.
Oh yeah,
you know what?
He got nothing on you, bro.
Hey.
No.
I used to dig that commercial, man. You know,
I still dig it, but wasn't you Esteban that told me that guy was just, you know,
He's fucking boring. That
He's
guy.
boring.
Yeah,
without the ruse of the commercial.
Well, they found him in his later years, man. He was like a struggling actor his whole life, and then he got that gig in his later years, and it just kind of made him who he is now.
Yeah.
That when you see him like in interviews, he's
when he sends interviews, they're like, just very bland.
Oh
he's
man,
very bland.
Yeah, so we're like, that's why we've always said never meet your heroes.
You know what? Hey, it's real, man. Because on that point, like when I was doing the security, you know, some of these people, man, I'm like, man, they're going to be in a rude awakening when they meet these people, because we see that backside of them, how they act, you know, and diva status, you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm like, man, and then some of them don't want to meet their fans, but then again, you know what? There's some to do, you know, and a lot of that is them rockers, man. You know, they want to get in there and hug them and take pictures, man, and party with them, you know. And I said, Dad, you know what? And the same thing, I was like, man, I didn't expect that from them, man. You know, they really love, you know, well, you know, if they love their people, love what they do, man. And I'm talking about cats that've been around forever, you know.
I think the goal is to try to realize that you're nothing without them. Like, we're nothing without the people that listen to this.
True.
Because if we didn't have you guys listening to this, then we would just be some friends talking. And even though we cherish the friendship, but you have to really respect the fact that people make you who you are, you know. And then always try to stay true to who you are, man. But it was really cool, man. We're definitely taking a lot from this. Me personally, I feel a little bit more inspired to give back, dude. Like, just seeing like the gesture and what you guys did. And I mean, look, your wife still, I mean, you guys are still feeding people, dude.
Yeah, they're still rolling up.
That's crazy, man.
Oh man, and you know, like I was walking around and some of the cats, and I told them, you know what, man, I got another batch coming out, man, and you know, those cats right there, that's a legendary club right there, man. 45 years, that's lifestyle car club, man. And I mean, he's got a car that's 64 out there, and that's House of Pain custom, you know. And then I mean, he came out because our good friend Steve Chaparro, man, he invited him, and then you know they worked together in the paint industry, man. And you know, I'll go out there, and that's the first time that car's only been shown about, I think, 3 times. Man. Vegas Super Show, the Grand Nationals, and it showed one more show that I can't think of. But
is that the yellow one?
The yellow one, yeah.
We saw it when they were unloading it.
Yeah, that was a nice ride, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so it's only been out like 4 times, you know, and then to come to a park, I mean, mind you, I mean, this is not an indoor, you know, he's laying it down on the grass, you know, show and shine, you know, but then they came with a handful of cars, you know, and they're out there, but they got a lot of members here, you know, so, and why they came out here, you know, they got the coolers, you know, and everybody's just, you know, and that the same thing next year, they're like, hey, we're going to come a little deeper, man, you know, we didn't know you guys are rolling deep like that, you know.
Yeah. So, Big Paul, how does one go about joining a car club?
You know what? A lot of them, they got a prospect, someone will sponsor you. You know, I mean, majority, but some clubs are different, you know, but a lot of them, you know, and cool thing, some clubs, you can have a car that's not ready, but they'll give you time to get it ready, and they all have standards, different clubs have different candy paint. Some may have chrome, and there's just street cars. A lot of them too that just roll. Then there's like I like them all. I love them all. But I favor more of the bombs, because that's what I roll. I got a 51, and I got a 52 Suburban that I'm like, yeah, I got a 52. It's under. I bought it a few years ago, and I just been buying parts for it. So that's why I haven't been able to. All these guys say, man, where's your wagon at? I'm like, man, you know what? I grabbed it because it's hard. They're hard to find. But then I just been buying parts, So I'm like, I had to put one on order. I couldn't build two. So once I got everything, I just got to assemble it. But I said, well, let me finish the wagon now, But little by little, I'm just a paint job away,
You do the work yourself?
No, I got friends, and that's whatever I can do, we try, But like me and my buddy,
I know where he's going with this.
I know where he's going with this.
We swapped out the motor, and hey, I'm gonna look into that for you, man. Oh yeah, no.
I'll send you pictures. I'll send you pictures of my troquita.
Well, you know what we were talking about earlier, Big Paul, is
Yeah.
that if Ramon sets that truck up, we can roll up to places like this and record on the bed in the back.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Hey, and I get it, man. You know what? And then the logos on it, man. You guys got to have one like that,
Yeah, Ramon sold it to me today. I'm on board.
It's sitting in the back right now.
Oh man, that's a paint job away.
Yeah.
That's it.
I like the optimism.
One gardener and a paint job. Is all you need.
Hey, that's it. You got that, man. But no, man. Hey, when you guys, wrap up, man. Hey, you know what? Make your rounds, man. You know what? I know some of the people, they want to come chop it up with you guys, man, and they're like, they see the mics, man. They say, what station? I said, it's worldwide, man. It's a worldwide station right here.
Yeah, we're all over
Yep.
We're international.
That's true, man. Well, you know what? A lot of the raza is stationed in other countries. They're in the military, man. They listen to, they get a little glimpse of back home. Like we have people from Germany, like
And
some
Japan.
crazy stuff out here.
Japan, I think.
Finland, like.
Yeah. So we were at first we were like thrown off, like what the hell?
Yeah.
But then we're like, okay, it could be service, service personnel that they just looking, they're nostalgic for that.
They're homesick.
They're homesick,
Yeah.
And then when they start listening to us, it's like, wow, they really enjoy it because I think we still have the same amount of downloads from those areas.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it shows that they're still, listening.
Oh yeah, no, I recall I read an article one time, and it was interesting because he was a Vietnam vet, and when he was stationed, in East LA, they were sending canisters. Back then and it was care packages, and they had all the goodies in there, locally. And when he came back, he found that store. It was a lady that actually had lost her son, I believe. And somebody had lost somebody, I remember. But they went, and he just wanted to go say thank you. And it meant so much to the people that they got it, And then, but they said, there were some long days out there in that jungle, and it was that little canister, man, just to, open it up, man, and just take a whiff of the candies, whatever was in it, And they were just digging it, man. I'm like, you know what? Things like that, so when people hear us talk, and we're talking old school lowriding, and there might be some listeners out there, Texas, Arizona, they got scenes out there, like every year for the last few years, I like going to Arizona. They got a beautiful show, and you know what? There's a little town called Tollerson, and after the big super show at State Farm Arena, they do a cruise night. Man, you know what? I book an extra night just to hang around, man. So, Lord willing, man, I want to take my wagon the way it is, and I'll trailer it, not to go to the super show, because it won't be ready for that. Man, but it'll be ready for that cruise, I'll just be up and down Tollerson, man, because you know what? That little community there, they get behind it. The city supports it. They got music all lined up. They got DJs. They got bars. It's like this, but on a street, and no one bothers no one, So I like, man, you know what? They tell me that Texas, they got the same thing out there, because there were some people that I met and told us they were from Texas, and they were like, hey, you know what? We got something like this. So everybody has something.
There's a podcast, Hippie Cholo, that I listen to, and I think one of them was taking pictures or video of the lowrider nights, where like they're cruising, and it's just like, I'm like, holy like wow, that's really awesome. And right now when you're talking about it, I think it's in Austin. I know they're from Austin, but I'm like, wow, it's good to see this in other cities, in other states.
And yeah, San Jose, they got cruise nights, and they got a thing in San Francisco. They got a King of the Streets, you know. So I mean, that's on my bucket list to make a journey up there, man. And the ones that you know, like for those listening in San Diego, oh, they got something cracking. They got something called Day at the Bay. They get over 600 cars. Then they got Bomb Fest. So you know, they got nothing but bombs, you know. And I'm like, man. And then they got actually the 24th. They got a Vicla Fest. So you know, and then also in La Huerta, it's in San Diego. So San Diego's cracking right now.
Oh yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And every Wednesday they were doing a cruise night, you know. Then they do a big like a roundup. You know, the last one is on a Saturday, and that for you guys just to walk it out and check it out. Oh man, Miguel De La Torre, he's one of the guys that I know, and he was actually he's a veteran. You know, he's a decorated veteran, and he also was a lowrider. What they call role model, the lowrider Quaker State, which is here right now. Quaker State and this is they're sponsors of this event in O'Reilly's. Well, they do a lowrider role model. So some of them are here today, you know, and they do a backstory on them, whether they be a veteran, you know, or a business owner. And then at the end, they always say, you know, my name is so and so, and I'm a lowrider role model. Man, that's
oh wow, that's awesome.
And that's on the internet, you know. So on YouTube, you can see it now. Lowrider Magazine, they have that, you know. So we dig it, you know. But no, overall though, you know, there's a lot happening here in California, man. Because people, you know, that's the beautiful thing about it. I mean, San Jose, California, wherever part, you know, everybody has something, man. You know, and like this, you know. So music, street scenes, we got it, you know. Not to say no one else has it because I haven't been there, you know. But you know, for us, man,
I even heard Japan has it.
Yeah,
man, they're heavy in it, man, and they like the Pendletons, they like the derbies. Like my brother right there that's selling the derbies. I was with him when there was a guy that came down from him and his wife. You know, they got a clothing line out there, but man, they were buying derbies. You know, they were taking them back, man, buying our shirts, our stuff, you know, and taking it back and you know, do their thing out there. You know, so I'm like, man, you know what? It's big though. You know, I mean, they're wearing French toes and period. I mean, they're.
I mean, we got by our house, we got Greenspans in Southgate.
Man, yeah.
Greenspans been going strong since the 20s, man, and they still.
I think they're about to hit 100 years, right?
Yeah, exactly, and they're still. I mean, for all your Chicano needs for movies, they rent out a lot of, like, because they have a lot of legit clothes there. Have you been out there?
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah, Josh and them. Yeah, I see them. Matter of fact,
who don't you know?
No. I've been out there, and then you know, Josh, and then I believe the son, and then the dad.
And then,
yeah, but they also they're vendors too at some of the shows.
Yeah.
You know? So that's where I met them. But I've actually been there in Southgate, and me and my buddy that was here, I mean, he dropped like 500.
Oh yeah.
On a few. I said, bro, what'd you buy, man? He goes, man, I bought like 3 Pendletons. You know, and I bought a couple of belts, man. I bought some French toes. I mean, they got it here, you know. So
they got everything there, dude. Yeah.
If they don't have it, I don't think it's out, man.
Nah.
Yeah, that's true, man. They got love out there, though. Man.
They do, man. Yeah. Southgate's. I mean, for that stuff right there, that's a mecca for a lot of Japanese guys. A lot of people. They come when they come to LA. If they're into that culture, they always go to Greenspans, man. At least to buy something, and they're great, dude. I was there like maybe 3 weeks ago, and you have people. They always ask where you're coming from. Like, it's not just like you're walking into a store in LA. They actually ask you where you're coming from because they know that people come from all over the world to shop there, man.
Yeah, and it's I think it's a grandson now that's running it.
Yeah, it's a man. What 3-4 generations? I think something like that. You know, when you're 100 years, man, they've been there for a minute.
It's amazing, man.
Yeah, man, and it's really small, but it's got so much stuff.
Yeah, I bought this guy his birthday gift. I bought him a shirt there a month ago.
Yeah,
I got him.
Greenspans. It's on Mija with their feathers, and dude, I love the cholas. I love the cholas. I grew up with them, and I'm still trying to convince the Mija to do the feathers, you know.
And you know what? The big thing right now too is. Well, the cholas, man, like I said, love them, you know, but pinups, you know.
The rockabilly. Yeah, that's the bomber.
Yeah.
The vintage,
bomber
you know,
scene,
you know what? I mean, the vintage, you know, you see them, you go to the bomb shows, you see them, you know, dressed in nice long dresses, you know, short, whatever it is, but that era, though.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
I love the 40s pinups,
Yeah, the music's great too, man.
So, when I was younger, I wanted the tattoos, all right? I wanted them on my arms, right? I was going to the YMCA. Vámonos. Now it got a little loud. I was going to the Y, building up the arms, and I wanted to get pinups on my arms. And on my right hand, I wanted Lady Luck, and on my left one, I wanted Misfortune. So they were gonna be like the good and the evil type of deal. They're like, I can make them dance if I flex.
Yeah, right.
There you go.
But I just never got them because my mom was totally against them, and to this day I think I'm grateful for that because I don't have any ink on me, and I'm okay with it.
Hey, we got two shows that are big here, bro. They're the Bull Huff Rockabilly, and they come from everywhere. Bull Huff was out of Utah, I believe, man, and he passed away cancer. Rest in peace. But he has a big following with. He was a member of the Dead Sleds, and for me, man, I like to hear the music. Stand-up bass.
Oh yeah.
Big Sandy and the Fly Rights, they were out here. Pachuco says another favorite, and then they always have a pinup contest.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, man, and the cars there, it's like you come in there. I mean, if you have to push it in there, they got some clean, they got some Zephyrs, they got some, but you see a lot of the bombs here, a lot of the vintage bombs going there, and same thing, man. We got two. They got one there, and then it's going to be coming up, and usually in October they got one, and then San Bernardino has one here at the stadium. So there's two big rockabilly shows that come out, and I said, man, the more the merrier.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I do love the greaser look, man.
You got a little bit of that.
I mix both of them. I mix a little bit of the cholo with the greaser. I'm a cholo greaser. I'm a greasy cholo.
Definitely a greasy cholo, bro.
For sure.
That's it. That's cool, though, man.
I'm a greasy cholo. I love the hair. I love the music. I love the style. I love the rat rods. One of my dream cars has been to eventually get a 1932 Ford Roadster.
Oh man, the Mecca right there. Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But I need to go to one of the farmhouses up in Iowa and just find it in the barn hidden under a tarp.
You've been watching too much shows on the History Channel.
I know,
bro.
right? Or what is it?
American Pickers.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And shows like that, what they did, man, they drove the price up on everything.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And because people see that, and some of that stuff really, it might be overpriced, or like a buddy of mine, he's got a '38 coupe, beautiful car, all original, and he shipped it out here from New York. It stayed in the family. It was a barn find, and it literally starts up, but it's all patina. It's got everything on it, and he's just sitting on it, because he picked up a 37. But he likes to, he's in the rat rod. He likes to chop them up, and he goes, man, I can't do this to this 38, man. I just can't do it, man. So he found the 37 that was kind of beat up. He goes, I'll cut this one, man. But I'm gonna leave that one alone, man, because there's just something about that, and there's man, there's some. If you like those style of cars, there's these brothers, the Tovar brothers, man. Oh man, anything they break out with. Now their sons and nephews are building cars, and then you talk about them guys, man. They got 38 coupes, they got convertibles, Mercuries, bombs, but and their thing is you can't even slide $1 bill underneath their cars.
Wow.
Hey, when you see those cars, man, you know what? You just got to stop and look, man. And all the fine detail in them, but the same thing, you know what? They got a barn find, they got them. Coops. They just a 38 convertible at this last show at the Hawaiian Garden was sitting out there, red, beautiful car, And same thing, man. You just look, you go, man, you know what? It can happen. Like mine, I look at it at times like, man, I'm old school, whatever you say, bag it, but I like the switch, I want to lift it, I mean, just pumps and dumps, and my brother had them, and then all my buddies got them, and hey, but if I got to, do some bags, in the back, so I don't want to. I got 3 seats. I don't want to,
you just the bags just to raise it and drop it.
But the front, man, is like, just to hear them that clicking, that sound,
Yeah, the airbags, man. Now I wish I could do that to my truck. Just lift it and drop it. Hit it really low, and then raise it up when I hit a speed bump.
Hey, that's it.
So you can leave the grass at the level that you love.
Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, man. But thank you very much, Big Paul. This was a great turnout, great event. Met a lot of great people. Got to witness a humble community. Very close knit, very tight. Everybody has been friendly, no trouble, no drama, and a lot of curious people. Like, oh my God, what do you guys do? What show you guys? What radio station? And like, nah, no radio station. We're a podcast, and breaking that down. You know, and like we were telling Torres Empire. What's his first name?
Sammy.
Sammy. We're telling Sammy Torres that you know, it's this neighborhood, not this neighborhood, but this podcasting is new to the Chicano, to the Mexican American, to the Latino, and everything. It's something that it's, you know, because we still run into people like, what is that? What's a podcast? What is that? And then you start telling them, they're like, oh, ¿están en Pandora? I'm like, no, we're not in Pandora yet, you know?
Well, you know, even the big radio stations, a lot of them even got podcasts, you know?
Yeah.
You know, uncensored or whatever, you know? And I'm like, you know what? And I tend to listen to those more, you know?
Yeah.
Or even the recaps, you know? And I'm like, man, you know what? I dig that, man. Matter of fact, I think you mentioned one time the Breakfast Club. I like to hear their stuff because they get deep, you know? I mean, the most dangerous...
somebody a lot of people hate on Charlemagne, but he's deep down inside, he's a pretty cool cat, man.
Oh, yeah, you know what?
Yeah, it's just he talks a lot of shit, and people don't like that, but he's been attacked a few times outside the network, man. They try to jump him. I don't know if they were trying to kill him or something, but he's been definitely attacked after shows, man, because people don't like the mouth that he has.
And, you know, a lot of it, you know, he's just speaking his opinion, you know, some of it's truth, you know, that he's, you know, I mean, he'll debate them. I hear him, but, and that they got that same, chemistry that works, you know.
Yeah.
With all three of them, you know. And you got to have that because you know, if everybody was on the same page, man, you know what? You know, not to say it'd be boring, but you know, you got to have it up. You know, you got to have that little to agree but disagree.
Yeah, this is our DJ Envy right here.
Right here, oh, right there you go.
Hey, he's the one that says the intro. I mean, it's just like you just start the format and then you just go with it. Like I can't see myself saying welcome to Chicano Show for this guy. I mean, this is our DJ Envy, man. He's the one that sets it all up. But you're right, man. You have to have good chemistry at the end of it, you know. But I can't wait to hear your podcast, dude. We got to get you on it, man.
Definitely.
I'm not gonna let it go, man.
And if you wanna, like, I'm gonna throw it out there. If you wanna give it a try, Anthony, you're welcome to come. We'll lend you the gear, and you can do your own thing, and then we can show you from there, man. We'll walk you through the steps, you know.
Hey, thank you, man. I'm
the first 5 episodes on us.
Hey, you got it, man.
Yeah.
First 5 episodes on us.
Yeah, that's
you know,
right.
we'll walk you through it. We won't even jump in. We'll just let you do your thing. You record and you go from there.
And you know what? This one cat told me one time, and he goes, you know, he asked me one day, he said, what about, why are you attracted to podcasts? I said, you know what? Because it's like, you guys can be going live, or, you know, we hear it, but at the same time, man, I'm talking too, like, you know what, yeah, you know, I'm thinking it, you know, so, but it's just a conversation, you know, like me, I get to these dudes, I say, man, you know what, we got a little format right now. This could have been recorded, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it may be boring to others, but then again, it's so big out there, man, that maybe somebody might...
You'll find a community.
They might want to know about this guy's history of pinstriping or painting cars.
For sure.
You know?
I want to know, man. Yeah.
You could definitely do a podcast. You could, like, Paul, you could break it down. Like, 1 week you could do it on lowriders. The second week you could do it on barbecuing. Third week you could do it on your security stories, you know. You could break it down. You know, you don't have to limit yourself. You could do whatever you want. The only thing, you have to be consistent. True. That's the only thing, because the listeners will get hooked. You know, and when you're not there, or like the show doesn't drop, or you don't get the alert, it's like, hey man, what's going on?
Hey, I shot out an email one day, man, because I'm talking about getting hooked, right? There was a cigar one. Man, I got hooked, man. 3 episodes deep, and I'm like, bro, man, there ain't been one since. You know, I don't know what happened. They're still promoting it. They got you know, they did everything they can. They did it right, and I think they only went 3. And I'm like, it's been 3 months now. I said, man, I mean, and go to a lounge, you know, and talk to somebody, you know, and I mean, somebody, I want to hear something, you know, review a cigar, you know.
Yeah.
But you had it going, you know, and you hooked me, and that's I think maybe 3 or 4 max. But man, I was already locked in on the first one, you know. So you wait. Now I'm like, I want to text them, hey man, are you still interested in me listening to you? You know, because where you at? You know.
That's where you come in, Paul. You capitalize on that gap.
That's where Straight Pipes and White Walls jumps in.
Hey, that's
Straight
it.
Pipes and White Walls, man. Coming at you from what's the name of the cigar spot?
Lovo Cigar Lounge.
Lovo Cigar Lounge.
Hey man, you know what? Hey, I talked to the owners one day, man. If you guys ever want to do something there, and you want to talk cigars,
We can do like a cigar night.
we can do one there, man, and we can set up, man, and And I even talked to the owner. I said, look, I'm going on a limb right here, man, a big limb. You know, they got to hold me up, you know.
You did send me a message on that, like, hey, because when we were looking for a spot for 100, they're like, hey, come and do it out here. And I'm like, oh shit, let me see. Going on? I don't know, man. It's gonna get kind of loud, but I'm like, you know what?
And they got a cool patio in the back. It's indoor and outdoor. And they got a section in the back there, a little waterfall there, man. You know, a lot of guys like to hang out. And we got flat screens. And I say we, like it's mine, but you know what? But you know,
it's yours, Paul.
The thing is, man, I don't want that thing to go away, man. You know what? Whatever business they get, man, I want them doors to stay open because you know what? I can't open one, but I enjoy going there. You know, it's just like there's some restaurants here that you know, you always go to that same restaurant. Man, you know what? I live here. I want to support it, and I want to see them here. You know, I mean, I enjoy it. You know, same thing with them.
You know, so yeah, man. So I'm telling you, Paul, whenever you're ready, hit us up. We'll set it up. We'll set up the gear for you, and you can record it. We'll walk you through it, and the first 5 are on us. The rest, boom.
Hey, you got. Hey, I appreciate it, brothers. And like I said,
you
man,
get it going.
Even on my man of the mic right here, man, he was like, "Hey, Paul, you know what? This year is a first for many, man. We got live podcasting. You know, we got the rig out here giving stuff away. You know, raffles, free magazines. You know, and we got some." You know, some big dog photographers here, you know, and that's the thing, that, you know, on the IG feed right now, there's a lot going on, you know, there's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of live video going out of here, there's a lot of pictures flying out of here, you know, so everybody's posting it, man, so you know what, hey, you know, locally, man, we're trending, man, you know what, hey, San Bernardino, Riverside, Redlands, which we're in right now, man, Rialto, Colton, Blooming, we're trending, you know, and that's a pretty cool feeling, man, to know that,
that's awesome, man. That's
you know,
awesome.
that the IE is, you know, making a little bit of noise, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
And like I said, you know, growing up and everything, like the IE gets a bad rap.
It does.
Yeah, in LA, yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
and that's, you know, it's I would just say snobs like myself.
Myself included.
Yeah, myself included. You know, we're like the IE, like, oh, the IE, come on.
Yeah.
But now, you know what? Hopefully, you know,
Shit, what are we gonna do? Cow tip out there?
And you know what? And years ago, I mean, like we're in Redlands right now, Redlands, California. And years ago, they were known for the oranges. You know, we got Hangar 24, but you know what? You can't even find orange groves anymore. Very limited up by Crafton, and where there once was a whole lot of oranges, there's homes now, beautiful homes. So, but you know, I mean, you can make a lot more money selling homes, 2-story homes, than you can with
oranges.
With oranges, you know. Riverside, same thing, but there's certain sections that they can never do. It's in the charter. It's got to stay, you know.
It's protected. Huh?
Yeah, it has to.
Yeah.
You know, so that's we do get that, you know, and you know when we go out there, you know, and that's the beauty of it. We take our cars out there. You know, a lot of us, man, you guys got clean cars. Why shouldn't we? You know, I mean, shit. You know, I mean, we're IE, but at the same time, we got stuff too. You know. So.
Yeah, you know what? Even the Central Valley has a big lowrider community.
Yeah, they do.
You know, I'm very surprised. The norteños out there, they're handling their own, man.
Yeah, they do.
But it's pretty, on my part, it's pretty ignorant now that I think about it in retrospect to think that. Like, it's the same like when we go to other countries and we're like, oh shit, they have that here?
They
Like,
got running water?
yeah, like it's
They got flushing toilets?
it's so bad to think like that, man. And I'm glad that I don't think like that anymore, man. Because of course you guys have beautiful rides over here. Of course the people are awesome out here, man. Like, why wouldn't they?
You know, like one of these days, man, I'm going to take you guys down to a little spot, man. They've been here since 1937. They're on like third generation. It's Meatless Cafe, you know, and they've been
Meatless
featured. Yeah, Meatless Cafe, man. They're right here on Mount Vernon and 6th Street. And the cool thing about them, man, they've been around forever. But you know, same food. You know, but they got a history. They were actually on one of the food channels, man, like, you know, Del Taco, and they all came out of...
Oh, Meatless.
Yeah, Meatless.
Yeah, they're the ones that got the Taco Bell ripped off the taco from them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there.
You know, and that good. They got a little hall next door. You know, I had my 50th birthday there. You know, so it's a cool little joint. When you walk in there, man, you can just see the nostalgia on the walls. You know, Route 66. You know.
Yeah, what's George Bell? I think is the one.
That was the
he
one.
was trying to sell hot dogs or burgers or something, and he noticed that Meatless. I thought you had said meatless.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know, Paul. I don't know if
I don't know. We don't want to
go
do the
vegan, man.
Yeah, no, you know what happened? I think that cigar got me a little buzzed. You know, the cigar and then standing over that grill, man. You know what? And you know, I just walked around right now like, man, you know, not I wasn't winded. I'm long-winded, but I was like, man, bro. I said, I need to sit down. That's why when you were here, you know, I mean, I'm glad you say, I was just hearing you guys. I was just taking a breather. You know?
Oh, yeah. No, but it's Mitlas, Mitlas, yeah. And I saw it on, it was, what was it, Ugly Beautiful or Ugly Food, the one.
I think that's where I saw it.
Yeah,
too.
it's it was this the Korean chef, and I think what is it, Gustavo Arellano? Is it Gustavo Arellano? Yeah. He does a little story on it, and it's a Netflix series. It's like the episode 2 or episode 3 that they do on tacos. And they're right on Olympic, and then with Jonathan Gold.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think on that one, he comes out, Gustavo Arellano comes out to San Bernardino, right on Route 66.
Route 66, the original.
The original, and then you can see the Taco Bell, the first Taco Bell across the street. And then Meat Las Cafe right there. We went in, we came back from Arizona in the Grand Canyon last year, I think it was, or the year before. And I'm like, we have to stop by. It's on our way, let's stop. And oh my God, los tacos dorados.
Oh man, years ago, rest in peace, the Frankie Montano, he was the son. He was a Korean War veteran himself, but I used to work with him. And, he was a good dude. And, man, he would bring those things to work, a dozen of them, man. You know what? And he would share, man. Sharing is caring, man. But, man, you know what? One or two, it get you mad, man, like a bear, man. Like, hey, man, 12, bro. You put down 10, So, but it was cool, though, and they've been around, some people, out here, it's just, they've been here forever, And,
you guys are used to it.
We're used to them, I mean.
It's like Tepeyac out in Isla.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're used to the menu.
You went there, right?
Yeah.
What did you have? The menu or the Hollenbeck?
The Hollenbeck, and I actually met Manuel. You know what?
Oh.
Hey, check this out, man. Cool dude, rest in peace, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sitting down, I was taller than him, And, and I say that for a reason. He came over him and he gave me that boxer stance. Like, man, he wanted to get him up, And I'm like, hey, how you doing? I shook his hand, and he had a water bottle, man, and had tequila in it.
Yeah.
You want to take a shot, un trago? And I'm like, and I got a commercial license, so I can't drive. I won't chance it, So, oh man, he just
he convinced you, right?
you know what? Hey man, out of respect, all right, man. Oh man, I don't know what was in it, man, but it went down, I'm like, but you know what? I look back, he's gone, and I'm like, hey, you know what? I met that man,
Yeah.
And
you share that moment.
Yeah, you know what? And he has a history there,
Yeah.
I go way back. I remember at the time, if you ate that burrito, man, you didn't have to pay for it.
Oh, the menu special, yeah.
Maybe now I think you get a T-shirt or something like that.
Oh yeah, you still pay for it, but you get a T-shirt.
Yeah.
But yeah, I met him for where I work at. Every Christmas we would get off on time, half day. So a couple of us would drive there, and every time we walked in, Manuel was greet us with a shot.
Yeah.
Hey, take a shot. Fuck it. Can I get 2? He served it up. Vámonos. Yeah, but we would get the menu special, and like 4 of us, and we still wouldn't finish it.
And you know what? I recall Man vs. Food went there.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Adam.
Did he finish it or no?
I don't
He gave it a
think
run though. He gave it a run, but I don't. My man, Danny D, right here. The painter right here.
Oh yeah, the pinstriper.
Right here.
How's it going, Danny D?
Yeah.
No worries.
You got it.
Yeah, we're just wrapping it up.
Yeah, we're wrapping it to the vendors with
With the flask.
my friend right here, Danny D. What he did for us today was, you can look him up, Danny D. Pinstriper painter. I had a few flasks, and I got what they call the Vendor's Choice Award, So he pinstriped them. He got down on them, and I'll post up some pictures on it, and I'll send them to you. But so I'm just walking around, and something that just a couple guys, cars that I see that I just dig, what I dig, not judging on paint, chrome. I'm just going by, hey man, I like this bomb, I like this lower. I got 2, and he finished them up for me, man, just out of love, So he does an event every year, and I go up to his event, and I cooked at his place last year. We did the same kind of. I took that rig up there, man. It's in Baldwin Park,
Oh, that's not far from us.
Oh yeah, and that was artists from around the
Where is
nation.
he located?
And he's on Baldwin Park, West Covina.
Oh, I gotta take him a guitar, man. I think that would be awesome to get a guitar pinstripe.
Hey, wicked stuff, you know, and freehand. You know, I mean, not many guys can just get there and do freehand.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back to you on that one, dude, because that would be nice if he did.
Oh man, you know what? And I'm telling you, his paint jobs, man, they're just like big.
Is he on Instagram too?
Yeah.
What's his Instagram?
Danny D.
Danny D.
Danny D. Danny lowercase D.
Okay, cool.
Danny
man.
Galvez, you know, but yeah, no, that's the man right there, you know, as far as you know, when it comes to the painting and you know, just doing all that custom stuff, man. And he had a car back in the day, man. It was called a panty rig. Panty rig.
I thought you were gonna say panty dropper.
Yeah. And that was, you know, a lot of guys would put their.
I seen a movie with the title ones.
Yeah. Oh, and that's what the you know, he had a pinstripe picture of some panties dropping a girl, and that was just, that was the name of the car. It was a '66 beautiful car, you know. But no, that's he's a heavyweight in the industry, and you know, to some he's a pinstripe, but to have him here at our event, you know.
Oh, that's a big deal.
Oh yeah, you know,
he's an iconic one. I mean, I saw his work and everything. I love the little monito he has. The little
the cholo right there.
the little cholo with the feather tip pen.
Yeah,
you know, that was pretty tight. I took a picture of it. I'll post it up on Instagram after the episode drops. You know,
and you know, so like today, man, whoever gets those awards, man, you know what? That's a cool little thing. I mean, we can give a trophy, but I said I want to do something a little bit different, man. You know, just you know, something that's gonna, you know, represent me, and at the same time, definitely him. You know. And then they can walk away, and then and something like that. A lot of guys will go to a show. They'll leave that in their front seat right there, you know. So, hell, you know what?
Put it up in the back with the placazo, with the, you know, the freaking the name of the crew, you know, the lowrider crew right there. Pero bueno, just wanted to say thank you.
Oh man, it was a pleasure, man. Like I said, from the bottom of my heart, man, I appreciate you guys coming out here, man. And like I said, hey, we'll collab on something for the listeners. You know, a meet and greet in your area. It don't matter, you know, wherever it's at, and we'll throw down like that, man. We'll do it.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, we'll get together and you know, definitely do the if you're still down for the Patreon.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm gonna bring them. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna try to get them ready for the one you're gonna do in September.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That way, you know, they see the hats, man, and boom, and everything. All the proceeds gonna go to the Patreon. You know.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Thanks a lot, Big Paul. We really appreciate it, man.
Love the support. I mean, you're too nice, man. You know, you're a fairy tale nice.
Oh man, that's what makes the world go around. You know, kindness. You know, and it's free. It's free to be kind, man. It's free to be nice. You know, and it doesn't cost you nothing, man. You know, it doesn't take no time. You know, you spend more time being negative. You know.
Oh man,
that's
you're gonna make me cry.
That's a good point. We should end it with that one. That was awesome, man.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Shufflers from Redlands at the Redlands Car Club Lowrider Meetup. This is Ramon saying,
hey, this is Big Paul. I just want to say it was a pleasure being here with these guys, man, and I look forward to seeing all the listeners, man, because we got at least one thing in common, man. We enjoy these guys' company, man, so God bless.
Thank you, guys, man. Have a good week. We'll talk to you guys soon.
All right. See you next week, man.
Thank you very much.